Scrolling that tank, rolling with the gang. You sitting out on the sideline, tripping. I go to the hole with the rock like Pippin. Yeah. I'm okay.
How we dressed for the Detroit Lions are 9-3. How we dressed for the downfall of Jared Goff. Ladies, this is Woodward Heavyweights. Welcome. Hit the like button, 5-star if you know our podcast platform.
5-star.
This chair feels weird. I feel weird. Probably because I'm dressed weird. Smash that like button.
Smash.
As I said before.
Smash.
Dose and Dion will be joining the show. If you guys caught up with us during his pregame show yesterday, kind of predicted these teams. Last week predicted a bit of these teams as well, but they happened. It happened. Anybody that thinks I take satisfactory or any type of joy out of the game we witnessed yesterday, you got it mixed up, man. I am a Detroit Lions fan, and I hate the Chicago Bears. So to watch my Detroit Lions lose to the Chicago Bears, fucking pissed off.
Yeah.
I mean, it's so bad that JB came in today with a custom-made Hendon Hooker jersey. Look at this guy.
It's true.
I mean, not gonna lie, I probably had this in the back of the closet, but just waiting for the right occasion.
Who is that? Whose jersey is that?
Alvin Kamara.
Oh, okay. Stud. Spinning? Did you wash the blood off your boots from stomping Neil Rule's asshole in it?
No, I didn't do anything too crazy. I didn't stomp any assholes, nothing like that.
You wore boots today? You dunked on Neil in boots? That's even more impressive, bro.
In the name of the Lord.
Hey, yo!
I just...
Name of the Lord? Where are you going with this?
You've never seen that where the dude's like, I wore Nike Elite socks to church just in case somebody needs to get dunked on in the name of the Lord.
Oh, okay.
But, no, I just, I just had to put it out there. We can't... Nobody's safe. Nobody's safe. Nobody's safe from their Jared Goff worship.
Yeah, I don't know, bro. The reason why, it is a gross victory lap, but it is a bit of a victory lap earlier today on Twitter, just because, bro, I've just taken so much shit from you goblin assholes, just so much, and then they're converting. Mm-hmm. They're seeing. Chris, did you upload that one? I don't know if I even sent it yet.
I don't think you sent it yet. If you just sent it.
Sorry,
they called us crazy
before the show starts.
They called us crazy.
They did.
They said we were haters.
Haters.
Said we were lunatics. Said we didn't know ball. They said Jared Goff is elite. What happens? Everything regresses to the mean. You are who we thought you were. Turnover factory.
Yeah. First and foremost, I want to get out the way. Dylan Larkin, prayers to Dylan Larkin.
Yeah.
Took a dirty hit on, was that Saturday?
Yeah, it was bad. You got a cross-check right to the back of the neck, put him out. He was out on the ice for a little while. It was a very scary scene for, obviously, Red Wings and all Red Wings fans. It was tough, man. Joseph's a piece of shit. That's the second time he's done something like that to Larkin that could cause serious injury.
Same guy?
He threw Larkin's head into the board against Tampa Bay.
Opening night
at Tampa Bay last year, and Larkin knocked his ass out. So it's tough, man. The guy's a piece of shit. He deserves to get his ass kicked every game that he plays against the Red Wings for the rest of his career. He should be suspended for a long time, but, he's not. Even though he showed a pattern of violence and intent to injure certain players, but they're just going past that, not even looking towards it. But all of the x-rays and scans and everything on Larkin were negative. He is in the IR, though, so prayers up to the captain. Hopefully he comes back better than ever and ready to go.
Comments from the Woodward Sports Chat. Flick Story Entertainment. Is Lawrence elite? 3 turnovers yesterday. Stop moving the goalpost. Trevor Lawrence played against the top 5 defense in the league in the Cleveland Browns.
Yeah.
And he also played that game on a high sprained ankle.
Yeah.
Jared Goff played the 31st ranked Chicago Bears defense. Mm-hmm. 31st ranked, if I'm not mistaken.
Some motherfucker on Twitter.
Open your eyes.
Open your fucking eyes.
See the lights. Some motherfucker on Twitter literally came at me and was like, "Well, Jared Goff had a better game yesterday than C.J. Stroud and and Justin Herbert." I was like, "Oh, you mean the 2 quarterbacks that left their respective game with injuries?"
Yeah.
I fucking hope so. I would hope so. He played better than those guys.
This is the thing too, guys. It never is a thing intended to bash Jared Goff. It's just we get guys like Flex Story in the chat. It's like I'm not bashing Jared. I'm just informing you of the reality of the situation. I mean, Chris, you just have to use this picture all day. I'm just the reality of the situation. Trevor Lawrence played the Browns.
Yes.
We played the Chicago Bears. I'm not hating. I'm just telling you what this thing is.
And Trevor Lawrence can, throw a spiral.
Yeah. In the cold, too. Good game against the Kansas City Chiefs last year.
Yeah.
Had a 60-yard bomb that was amazed everybody. Yeah, on the dot, too. Trevor Lawrence is better than Jared Goff.
Yes.
Jared Goff's a good quarterback. I've been consistent with this. He can win you games. You can even win playoff games with them. You're just never going to win the big one, especially now where
And you're not going to win because of him. You will never win because of him. You'll win if he's in a perfect system, if everything goes right, if it's 82 degrees and sunny outside, if there's no wind, if nobody's within 5 feet of him, and if all of his receivers are not pushed off their routes in the exact spot at the exact time they need to be.
That's the thing, too. If you guys really want to break down what happened yesterday, and again, shout out to Dos Dion, he'll be joining us at 6:10. We kind of broke it down his show. Is like, I think we had said a little bit on Friday as well. You look at the Chicago Bears defense, 2 athletic linebackers in there, 2 good linebackers right there. When Tremaine Edmonds, T.J. Edwards. Jared Goff, where he eats, where he is capable of eating, is in the middle of the field. That's where you see Amon-Ra eat. That's where you see Sam Laporta eat. That's where he gets things going. Well, the 2 athletic linebackers, the middle of the field was closed off. The Bears did a great game plan in doing that. They have great players in doing that. And Jared Goff can't throw outside the numbers. He can. I don't want to say can't. Like he can never do it because once he does do it, someone, of course, they're going to tag him. Like, oh, see, you said he can't. He can't do it consistently enough. And that's why you have a first-round draft pick, Jamison Williams, who's severely underutilized, which we'll talk again a little bit later today too. But like the deep routes, I don't even know what it is. What is the route where you're up like 4 or 5 yards, you cut right towards the sideline?
Yeah, like a 5-yard out.
Never see Jared Goff throw those. You want to know why? Outside the numbers.
You got to push the ball across the field.
He doesn't have the arm strength to do it.
To zip it in there before the cornerback comes over there. He can't do it consistently. He cannot do it consistently, just like he can't consistently push the ball down the field. And it's tough. It's tough when your quarterback is that limited. And you guys want Ben Johnson to get creative. You guys want this offense to get creative. You can only get so creative when you're limited by your quarterback and his ability to throw the ball. There's only so much you can do. There's only so many different things you can do. Ben Johnson said it last year. I know you guys didn't want to hear it. I know the dick was stuck in your ears, and so you couldn't hear it. But he said, Jared Goff can make most of the throws that we give him. Which means you're not utilizing 70% of what you need to do.
Damn.
So, it sucks. It sucks. Would have loved to see the Lions go out there and dominate the Bears, win the game. Jared Goff throw for 400 yards and 5 touchdowns, but it's not what happened.
Detroit Steve, here comes Eazy I told you segment. I hate that this is what we're dealing with. But
we both said it.
We've been telling you. We've been telling you.
Nobody would be happier to be wrong than us.
I promise you guys. And I'll offer this little bit of confidence, this little bit of like positivity. The rest of the season, as somebody else mentioned in Woodward Sports Chat, is in the dome. There is that. By the way, the narrative. Oh, Jared Goff performs in bad weather. Such a narrative. You guys are just haters. 161 yards yesterday.
Yeah.
Against the 31st, right? Yeah. What do we fucking... Come on, guys. When you watch the ball go... And it's great. This movie's called Bird Box, by the way, for like the meme we got going today, because like he's throwing ducks.
Yeah.
But like, I don't know, man. I don't know. It is what it is. I do expect Detroit Lions to overcome that. The penalties killed these guys too. That's the other part of it as well. Dan Campbell spoke about it. I think they had like 8 penalties for like 65 yards, in all reality. And again, I promise you guys, I'm just speaking reality. I'm not trying to like hate. Jared Goff isn't going to throw you out of those situations.
Yeah, you can't get behind the sticks. If your quarterback is unable to make things happen with his feet or push the ball down the field, you cannot afford as an offense to get behind the sticks. It's just what it is.
He's just not that type of quarterback. He's going to eat in the middle of the field on a lot of the slants, a lot of stuff like that. Getting behind the sticks, like the 15 yards. Maybe there's a couple things. Again, we're going to talk about Ben Johnson as well, because I saw like people talking crazy. People saying he's still not going to get head coaching interviews. Like it's just... You remember, like, the quarterback he's brought to a top 5 offense, by the way. If that's definitely still going to happen. But there are certain things that I have noticed. The third quarter starts. They've been rough starts. I watched yesterday's third quarter back. I can't speak to, like, the rest of the season. But I can speak specifically to yesterday, what happened in that third quarter. And I really can't blame Ben Johnson for it, man. And the defense, too. When the ball's getting turned over like that, whether it's on downs, whether they're just getting a short yardage situation, like you're just not doing them any favors.
When they can't sustain drives, when they can't get a first down, when they have 0 first downs through a quarter and a half of football, defense isn't going to look too great.
3 and outs. You're not doing your defense any favors there. You really just not.
I think their first down in the second half came in like 5 minutes into the fourth quarter, I think.
There's a comment I wanted to read up. I just lost it. Here's Jason Wiggins, though. Eazy did say he hopes he's wrong last week. I did. So I wanted to come in Monday. I wanted you guys to be able to talk your shit.
Mm-hmm.
I brought up the cold weather. You guys somehow spun it to those being good games. 210 yards and 0 touchdowns or 1 touchdown. Like those are. I guess I could side with it not being a bad game, but like those being good games or proving any evidence that he's good or just as good in cold weather. That's just not. It's not enough for me. I even went back to the game in 2017. We talked about they put up like 51 points against the Giants. I think it was. It was like 60 degrees. It was raining, but it was like 60 degrees. You go back to Baltimore. I mean, there's so many like examples of it, but I don't gotta preach it anymore. I hope by this time you guys see it.
No, the gospel is written. The tablet has been striked. It's there. You know it's there. You are who you are. He is who we thought he was.
Mm-hmm.
So if you want to keep calling him the best quarterback of all time, the best quarterback in Lions history, you can just take the pills for whatever sickness you're dealing with and sit in the corner.
Big M. Ben can't open the playbook because he knows he's limited by Goff. I didn't say it.
It's true.
I didn't say it.
It is 1,000% true. He said it himself. He can make most of the throws we give him. So he can't make all the throws they give him, and there's a lot of throws they don't give him because they know he can't make them. But no, he's not limited. He's got arm talent.
Yes. Eazy wears a blazer suit coat. A little too big to be wearing a blazer suit coat the whole show. You guys want me sweating a storm up here? Come on now. I ain't tripping like that. Chrome, roll the dice with Hooker next year. I want to get that out of the way too. I'm in no form saying start Hendon Hooker now. That is that's absolute blasphemy.
Jared
That's
Goff
crazy.
is our best chance to win this year.
Yes, I understand people are hurt, and I trust me. I see everything that you see.
my quarterback.
But Hendon Hooker's not even to the point where he's getting like second string snaps right now.
Don't you dare, JB.
What?
Don't you dare.
Oh yeah, JB, where you at? This is your Super Bowl squad. I know this sounds like some hater shit, but where are you, honestly?
I'm not feeling great about this team right now, although I do think this weekend will definitely clear out some of those doubts and, to see if this team can actually go a little bit far. I can't blame AG for the display that we seen this past Sunday, but damn, Jared Goff, like, what are we doing here, man? Like, come on.
Henny G in the Woodward Sports chat. If we extend noodle arm McBaby hands Goff, I'm offing myself.
I'd be pretty close. Yeah, I'm right there. I'm
right there with you,
man.
brother.
I at one point today, I was like getting ready for the show, and that thought crossed my mind, like, what if they still do it? And
They're not going to.
Bro, I swear to you, Spinny, I got like a little dizzy. I stumbled. Yeah, the room got a little.
Mr. Krabs meme.
Yeah, I was like, wait, they're not going to, right? I mean, again, I could see it happening to like the terms of like a 2 years, nothing crazy amount of like money.
No.
But
don't pay him any money.
Like
Don't give him a
25,
single
30
contract.
mil?
No.
Yeah.
2 years?
No.
Nothing?
No.
JB, you ain't ready for Hendon Hooker?
I mean, I'm ready for Hendon Hooker. Honestly, I think we'll see a lot of him next year in preseason. Hopefully that gives you any indication that, hey, he is ready to go. Hell, at that point, I mean, fuck it, I might roll the dice with Hendon Hooker.
Yeah. No, yeah. I'm with you. Flint Town, Detroit Steve, yes. Hendon Hooker's he's more than likely not playing.
Detroit supremacy. In the Woodward Sports chat.
Come on now.
He says Goff isn't the answer. But Hooker isn't
Put it up,
either.
Chris. Put it up, Chris.
But Hooker isn't either.
Oh. Chris, we gotta abuse this thing today, baby.
Yeah, we do.
Anytime some type of truth is being revealed, we gonna rock with it. I gotta make one for Spinny too. Spinny, tell us about Big Boy.
Big Boy. Wintertime in Detroit is always better with comfort foods from Big Boy. Try the veal parmesan or the new Southern Comfort chicken bowl. How about breakfast? The stuffed potato pancakes are back. The classic lumberjack or Santa Fe garden. Also, the new apple pie hotcakes that are too good to miss. Top it all off with a gingerbread shake for dessert. Stop by your local Big Boy today.
And tell us about Jack Labrador.
Listen, these are one of my favorite sponsors with the heavyweights.
Yeah, it's awesome. Fucking Chris is too busy sitting on his phone before the show. He didn't talk to anybody about anything.
No, it's
Born in a cold
Thought
winter
you were ready
basement
for
in
it.
Detroit, 3 buddies wanting more out of rock, paper, scissors, dug deep and struck gold with Jack Labrador. With 2 new symbols and 3-point play. Once you go Jack, you never go back. One deck of cards, 3 new games of nonstop action. It's perfect, no-brainer stocking stuffer for all ages. Scan the QR code above or go to jacklabrador.com to get your deck today.
Calling all landscapers. This is Darren McCarty. I'm at Outdoor Equipment Co. How would you like to landscape like a legend? How about a bad boy zero turn? And even a chainsaw. And even a weed whipper. Whether you landscape for your job or landscape for fun, get all your equipment from Outdoor Equipment Co., the official equipment provider of Woodward Sports. Michigan grown, family owned. OutdoorEquipCo.com.
Woodward Sports' own Tom Mazaway and Sam Stick Day will be hosting our Lions postgame show after every Lions game all season long. Tune into the Woodward Sports YouTube channel for his hot-off-the-press takes, game analysis, and Kool-Aid sipping celebrations. You won't want to miss it. Join Maz, Stick, and special guests each week immediately following every Lions game, exclusively on the WSN YouTube channel.
Your home is your most important asset. Flexibility in the sales process is key. When you work with Mark White & Associates, you can cancel at any time, for any reason, without penalty. Speaking of flexibility, check this out. Who you work with matters. Hire the best broker in the game.
Shop your home and auto insurance the best. It's Mark with Swiss Insurance. Contact him, Mark at SwissINS.com, or give him a call at 248-800-4177. What just happened?
Chris is off his game today.
The Siri just popped up again.
Oh, I'm so confused.
You don't have $5.
Yeah.
You don't have $5.
Thank God I don't have the Mark White read.
Hey, I know yesterday hurt.
$5,000.
And I know, especially for the haters, that guys are constantly combating us when it comes to like the Jared Goff stuff. For you guys to show up today, props to you.
Props to you.
Honestly, I appreciate you guys.
Props to you. I'm glad you've seen the light. I'm glad you've strayed from the gospel written by Goff. It's crazy to me. It's crazy to me that an NFL starting quarterback, there are only 3 starting quarterbacks that I can remember in my life I've seen in the NFL not be able to consistently throw a spiral. Number 1 is Tim Tebow in all his glory. In his run with the Broncos and then the Jets and wherever the fuck he was at.
Yeah.
Number 2 was 50-year-old Peyton Manning after his neck surgery in Denver. He's throwing them quackers, and that was, 70 years into his NFL career. And number 3 is Jared Goff. I can't take it anymore. I can't take balls at the feet of the receiver. Yeah. I can't take guys having to stop in the middle of their route and come back to make a catch. I can't take Jameson Williams beating 2 defenders by 4 yards down the field and the ball ending up 6 yards behind him. Mm-hmm. I can't take every time anybody's within the vicinity of him, he stands in the pocket like a flat-footed statue and pisses his pants like a child. It's embarrassing. He has been terrible. Not average, not good, terrible. There are 3 things that you should be the baseline of being an NFL quarterback. Number 1 is consistently throw a spiral. I think that is something that all NFL quarterbacks should be able to do. Mm-hmm. Number 2 is have some sense of athleticism. For a professional athlete not to be able to move around the pocket, not to be able to take 2 steps to his left or right to avoid an oncoming sack is beyond me. And number 3, be able to make more than 1 read. Be able to look off a guy. Don't dial into a receiver from the snap and everybody knows where you're going. Be able to make adjustments. When a play breaks down, do something. Don't shit the bed. That's the thing with Jared Goff. If everything is not perfect, he completely self-destructs. There is no semblance of creativity, of extending a play, of making things. How many times do we see an NFL quarterback take the ball? First option's gone. Second option's gone. Sacker is coming in to get him. He runs out of the pocket. You see him directing traffic on the move. A corner or a wide receiver stops on their route and follows him across the field. How many times do we see that in the NFL? Every single game, unless you're watching the Lions offense. And that's it for me. Is you need to be able to do something when the play breaks down. Everything can't be spoon-fed to you. This is not high school. This is not college. This is professional football.
Yeah.
You need to be able to make a play for yourself, and he can't.
That's the thing too. Is like things can like, you obviously can have a successful season playing that way. Like the Detroit Lions have done it 2 years, arguably 2 years in a row now. Obviously they didn't make the playoffs last year, but they finished above 500. But on a rookie deal, yeah, absolutely. That's the circumstance. Like you want to have those type of seasons because then that guy's surrounded by a plethora of talent, both in the offense and the defensive side of the ball. You can stack that team until it's just like it's up to your coach at that point. You got to coach a good game plan, and you got to get your best guys in their best spots to make big plays. You can do it. But when you're at the point of like a veteran quarterback who has factually the third highest cap hit in the league this year, it's just inexcusable. You can't move forward with that. And that's one of the things the Los Angeles Rams seen. The offense was severely handicapped with that. And it's, again, he's a good quarterback, but there's just levels. And if you want to win, if you want to contend for a championship, that's just the level you need to be at. Like that, my takeaways from yesterday, if you want it to not sound like a hater thing, if you want to break it down to like X and O's for you, the middle of the field was taken away.
Yeah. Both
by Brisker, both by Edmonds, both by Edwards. Like they have good linebackers. They have one good safety. And another thing too, and this has been like a knock on Jared Goff for quite a bit. He doesn't really progress past his first read. So when the middle of the field was taken away, the very first read from Jared Goff was taken away, as Spinney said, he lacks some ability to create or extend the pocket indoor play to find somebody else down the field. And he's kind of just stuck there. Now, we saw him do it last week against the New Orleans Saints. It can happen. A blind squirrel finds a nut every once in a while. Like it's not a consistent thing that he can do. And if you're looking at a situation where you're going to lock up to this guy in terms of like extending him,
not a chance.
You're fucking yourself. Guys, we will fuck ourselves. A gross. Here's the other thing too. I mean, Ben Johnson's leaving. I know there's criticism of Ben Johnson come up for yesterday, and we're gonna break those down too. And I'm gonna do some little bit more homework tomorrow, just like the rest of the season. But like for damn sure yesterday, I really can't blame Ben Johnson.
No.
As much as people are trying to make it out to be.
Zakwa in the Woodward Sports chat, he says, tired of this 20-yard box offense. It's so easy to defend. Just pack the middle of the field. QB can't throw the boundary ball with any consistency.
Yeah.
It's true. It's true. When your offense is this simplified, when it is get the ball in the hands of your playmakers, get it in the middle of the field and let them do something, defenses can easily key on that. When there's no threat of going over the top, when there's no threat of pushing the ball to the sidelines, defenses can easily focus on that. When the game is played in between the hash marks and in a 20-yard stretch, defenses can easily take advantage of that, and they're starting to figure it out. And guess what? Next week, you have the most opportunistic defense coming to town. The Denver Broncos have the most takeaways in the NFL. If you don't think they're going to be hopping all over those wounded ducks, just wait.
Motor City Mania, the Woodward Sports Chat. The problem is Ben Johnson. Ben Johnson must be holding Jared Goff back. Let Jared cook! Fucking hot dog, fucking cereal. I don't know, like, what do we cook what? DCP1, Eazy interviewing for QB1. I'll take it. Booner says, my man Eazy has a shift at Macy's after the show. Hey, Booner, I know you're in the building. Me up, Chris.
Yeah.
Booner just pretty bumpy yesterday. I don't know if it's based off his emotions following the game, but he saw the light. Booner, step in the studio, man. I'm curious if you're still feeling the same way after we spoke after the game yesterday.
He'll never say it on camera. He's got a front that he has to give to the people.
It's true. You're right.
Neil said it.
What?
Neil said it today. He said he doesn't want to extend Goff.
Get the fuck out.
I swear to God.
Oh, bro, I caught that shit, actually.
I asked him.
He tried playing like he never said it.
Yeah, he did.
Bitch, you said $50 million in May.
I asked him today. I was like, would you extend Jared Goff? And he said no.
On the air?
Yes.
He said straight up no.
He said no.
Get the fuck out.
Yeah, I swear to God.
I gotta get that clipped. I don't even believe you.
I swear to God.
Wow.
Pineapple says day choose.
Pineapple. I saw he kept trying to make it a defensive segment. He's talking about the defense a little bit, which I guess
I kept just.
Oh yeah.
I was fucking.
Yeah, I know. Hey, you got him. You got him. Chris, you've been kind of silent on the matter. Did you watch the game yesterday?
Yes, I did. Yeah, that was very disheartening. That was the most disheartening loss for me this year because it was the one, again, I've talked about it the weeks leading up to this game, is I know what I'm getting relatively from the defense, but the offense has been the one that I can count on. So it really hurt to see the defense, I thought, performed overall well, at least well enough to get the job done. And then the offense sold us. And so that was just... It was just extremely disheartening. It was just nothing but 3 and outs the whole second half. The team was flat on offense, and that was tough to watch. But the blessing in it is that I think people see the light.
Put it up. Just be ready for it. Just get that thing ready for number 2. See the light, baby.
Yeah.
See the light. A couple comments about Ben Johnson, Woodward Sports Chat. I do want to get to those, but first, Ben, tell us about Lady Jane's.
Lady Jane's. Come into Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men for an award-winning haircut experience and register to win a trip of your dreams at all expenses paid suite for the 2024 NCAA tournament. That's right, no expenses spared for you and 5 of your best buds. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men, open 7 days a week. Walk in anytime. It's wicked awesome.
Since the dawn of moving people, Chevrolet has led the way. The world of transportation is changing. At Feldman Chevrolet, we are leading the charge forward. With every electric vehicle, every mile traveled, one Feldman at a time. The company that puts more Chevys on Michigan roads is now the #1 name for Chevy electric vehicles.
Now, coming to Woodward Sports, Woodward and Main Street, the Woodward Sports Network Detroit Lions show. Catch Gabrielle D. Phillips, Matt Broder, and Terry Foster for all the latest news on your Detroit Lions every week. Only on the Woodward Sports Network YouTube channel and woodwardsports.com.
Where's the most convenient place to get that big fitness energy?
It's Planet Fitness.
Join today for just $1 down, $10 a month. With over 2,400 locations and equipment for every workout, you can get in, get energized, and get going. And with free fitness training and most clubs open 24 hours, everyone belongs in the judgment-free zone. So join today for $1 down, $10 a month, no commitment, cancel anytime.
Feldman Chevrolet is Michigan's #1 Chevy dealer in the entire state. There's over 18 locations across the great state, which means there's one right in your backyard. To find that one, visit feldmanauto.com or stop by Feldman Chevrolet Novi every other Monday if you go talk some Detroit Lions football with Woodward Sports.
Did you feel in any sense that Ben was a little bit too conservative?
I thought Ben called a great game. I loved what he called. It's exactly what I wanted him to call. It was a hell of a job. And the way we played that first half was perfect. We knew what kind of game that was going to be in those elements, and we just didn't execute, we didn't execute. And look, Goff has played better, but yet, man, he did some things well for us. That 4th and 3 was an outstanding throw, The turnover that really got us was the snap. That was the one. The other 2 on 4th down, like the first one, 4th and 10, I love the throw. He gave us a chance, I'm not going to punt from the 35. So I love that. He gave us a chance. And the other one, 4th and 24, we're just trying to get a DPI. That's a hope and a prayer there at the end. So those to me weren't even turnovers for Goff. It was a snap, and that was really, that's between a couple of people. So.
Now, that was Dan Campbell speaking about Ben Johnson, the play calling. Willie even asked about Jared Goff. Unprovoked, he went to defending Jared Goff because he knew that was coming, because it ultimately came down to execution. And I agree with the majority of everything that Dan Campbell said just then. Like, those will be 2 interceptions that I will shit on Jared Goff for anytime you Goff try to like come at me. But in like the flow of the game, they are kind of just arm punts. It's fourth down play. It is what it is. But the execution, it wasn't there. No. A lot of people talking about the predictability of like the Ben Johnson offense, and the people at least on Twitter that were coming at me were like, "Oh, run, pass." Like, no. In that third quarter, Smitty, there was only 4 run plays.
Yeah.
3 and out, fumbles. It was bad.
Yeah.
And hold on, because I got him. Okay, you want the first drive? First play action, incomplete, behind, Khalif Raymond. Montez Sweat was on that ass too, but it's incomplete and behind Khalif Raymond. Second play after that, Goff missed JMO. I'm sorry, that's the third down of that play. That's the one that hurts.
That's the one that hurts.
That's the one that
That
hurts.
was a wide open touchdown. That was a walk-in touchdown for Jameson Williams.
Yeah, first play.
He beat both defenders by like 2-3 yards.
Again, inside, in the middle, Jared Goff can cook in the middle. I ain't gonna lie to you. Jared Goff can cook with Amon-Ra St. Brown. Jared Goff can cook with Samuel Laporta. But if Samuel Laporta's not wide open on the outside of the numbers, he's not gonna hit him.
Let him cook.
Clearly, if Jameson Williams wide open outside the numbers, he's not gonna be able to hit him. When you take away that first read in the middle, he's very, very limited. But first series, play action, miss behind Khalif Raymond. Second play, run with Dave Montgomery, 4 yards. After that, to JMO. Okay, they kick it. Bears get a field goal out of it. Shout out to AG. You guys want to shit on AG? Stop the touchdown for happening there. Whatever. First play of the second series, false start, Penei Sewell. Now we're at 1st and 15.
Can't do that.
Can't do that. Because you want to know why? Jared Goff can't throw you out of those situations. Not going to happen.
Yeah.
Very first play from 1st and 15, dropped interception by Jaquan Brisker. Second play for 2nd and 15, missed by Amon-Ra St. Brown. Missed him. It wasn't on, I know people talk about Amon-Ra St. Brown drop. There wasn't one, I think it was on the 4th down where it was like a low. He kind of just mistimed it, getting to the ground. He's usually pretty good at those. That one was not that play. Jared Goff just outright missed him. Third play on that series, completion to Jahmyr Gibbs. This is the one we had 12-yard after a 3-yard pass. That's what he does. Bears forced a punt after that series. Third series, Gibbs run, no gain. Second play, Gibbs run, -2 yards. And after that, Jared Goff threw in the double coverage and at Sam Laporta's feet.
Yeah.
That's not Ben Johnson. No. If you go and watch those play, Amon-Ra St. Brown was open in the pass we're talking about. You guys know damn well Jameson Williams was wide open on that one. That could have been a fucking touchdown, and it wasn't. It's execution. I'm not bashing Ben Johnson for those series. I can't. Spinny? Third, where you have Ben Johnson play calling?
It's when your playbook is held hostage by Baby Whopper Jr. hands and a noodle arm, there's not much you can do. You can't get as creative and take these shots down the field when you know they can't work. When you know it's not going to happen. Like the shot he took was wide open. It was there. It was a great play design. Jameson Williams doing what he does best, getting wide open down the field, outrunning the coverage. And guess what? I talked about it before. You know who doesn't have the best arm, but still makes things happen with probably the fastest wide receiver in the NFL? Tua Tagovailoa.
Yeah.
Because you know what he does when Tyreek Hill gets past the defender? He closes his eyes and he throws the ball as far as he fucking can. Because that's what you do when you have a guy like that. When you have a Jameson Williams, who is the fastest player on the field by far, and he is behind the defense, you close your eyes and you throw the ball as far as you can and let him run under it. We've seen him do it before. We saw him do it in Tampa. He looked, tracked, found the ball, caught it, touchdown. Guess what Jared Goff did? He closed his eyes and he threw the ball as far as he could, and it was 10 yards short. I can't do it. Open the eyes. We're not throwing those deep balls. Open the eyes. He has an extremely limited skill set. When you don't have the ability to extend plays, to create time, to move out of the pocket, and you can only throw the ball in the middle of the field or on screen passes, there's not much you can do. There's not many play calls that you're going to see.
You're limited, bro.
Like I said, Ben Johnson said it, you guys. He can make most of the throws that we give him. So not even all the throws they give him, and definitely not all the throws they have. There's not much you can do.
Yeah, I'm not. There's any like. If I were to critique Ben Johnson of anything, it probably is like run the ball more than, man. And I get like that final and third series, you tried it twice and Gibbs was stuffed like both times, but like maybe a little bit earlier on than not. Like if you're gonna play action golf for the first play out of that first series, how about a run beforehand? Maybe.
Let's just run the wing tee.
Yeah.
Let's just run the wing tee offense.
Yeah,
all these motions, all these fakes. Let something happen because you're not throwing the ball down the field, and you can't throw the ball down the field.
Yeah, I guess I could bitch to like want things a little bit more creative, or just run the fucking ball. And you get to like a little bit of nods to like the Bears' run defense too. Like they are one of the best in the league. I'm not telling you they are the best. Statistically, I know it says they are on paper. We both our running backs put up 60 yards on them yesterday. That's not the case. Like we're capable of running the ball. We kind of abandoned it at that point, and we're just trying to get Jared Goff going. Because guys were open. That's what I'm saying. I can't shit on. I guess you could shit on Ben Johnson this way. If this guy clearly is incapable of making these throws and this weather conditions in today's game, then run the ball. Then maybe stop giving opportunities to fuck up. Maybe I could say that. Is that fair, Chris? I mean, I don't know.
It is, but I mean, you saw that you can't be one dimensional. Like this whole Ben Johnson offense is predicated on its diversity, on its versatility, as Spencer would say. So you can't count on just running the ball, even though that is the strength, that is the bread and butter, that is the core of this offense. You know, if that's not consistently working or able to consistently work, then you do need to go to some of these other things. And unfortunately, that does put Goff in positions to make plays that he can't make. So it was in a sense a recipe for disaster.
You know, one thing I can say, I'm seeing a couple comments on Woodward Sports chat, the JMO stuff. I can get down with that.
It's unacceptable. It's unacceptable that he is getting one touch a game. I saw Jeremy Reisman post. How many games in his career do you think Jameson Williams has gotten more than one touch?
Less than one.
Less than one.
Meaning?
0.
Nada.
That is unacceptable.
No comprende.
Unacceptable. And we'll see what happens, but I thought Jameson Williams is playing better. You know, those drags across the middle, although if Goff is throwing them to him, they're going to be behind him and low, so he's going to have to adjust to those even. Mm-hmm. But you can't use him as a deep threat because it's not going to happen. Ball's not going to get there.
No. Especially not in the conditions where they're playing yesterday. They're just not. I know narrative. It becomes a pattern. Once the pattern, it's no longer narrative. It's just, it is what it is at that point. Colton's cardboard. I meant to mention this after Spinney was talking about it too on Hard Knocks. They did literally say that every once in a while Tiger Hill will go to Tua and be like, look, I'm gonna just run, just throw it as far as you can.
That's what you have to do. If you have a guy who is faster than everybody else on the field and he gets behind the defense, just chuck that bitch as far as you can. He's gonna find it. He's gonna find it. Tua did that in college to to fucking Jameson Williams. Mm-hmm. Bryce Young did it to Jameson Williams in college. Sorry, not Tua. Bryce Young did it to Jameson Williams in college. Tua does it to Tyreek now. You just throw the ball as far as you can when he gets behind the defense. If he gets it, great. If not, it's over everybody's head. But don't give him no chance by throwing it 10 yards behind him.
We have a... I don't know what to call it anymore. Jared Goff defender. At one point in time, Booner from Woodward Knights.
Yeah.
Catch of the night, 8-10. I appreciate you stepping in. You were pretty upset yesterday. You and I actually got into it.
You guys were fighting. Yeah.
I don't think it was like anything bad. Like looking back and watching it back.
No.
I think it was just like we both were really mad at the team, what was happening.
Yeah, that's how sports goes. You argue.
Yeah, and like people in the chat were like, oh, these guys. Like, I think we were just being, just dudes being dudes, and we were just mad the Lions were down.
Well, I know why I was mad.
Yeah, I think...
Will you apologize?
It's fair. No, it's fair that you were mad because I think you're... the heavyweights like image for the last 3 months has been behind the Jared Goff isn't it train.
We've been like that since he got brought here.
No, I'm just saying like during this season, as things like even when things were great, there was like times where it was like we have on video Eazy being in the corner, like when he throws a great pass in Kansas City, like. But then it's like that's just how it's been. It's been both ways. So I think yesterday it being like a Jared Goff to where all of the fans in Detroit kind of were seeing what you guys have been saying. I think it's fair to question some things for sure. And I have been a man of the people when it comes to being on the front lines of you guys call me the slappy, this and that. As the man of the people, it's like I heard an analogy today where it's like if you're raising a kid, you can't always just be like, oh, it's all good, butterflies and rainbows, as Spenny says. You have to, when things are bad and there's things that need to get better, there are things that need to be addressed. And that's just the fact of the situation right now. So as a man of the people, I'm going to tell it how it is and how I see it. And there is an issue going on right now with this Detroit Lions team the last 2 or 3 weeks, or even you can go 4 or 5 weeks. I don't want people as well, and I'm going to talk about this on Woodward Nights at 8 o'clock tonight. Yeah. I don't want people as well to think that it's like a thing to where we don't, and I'm sure you guys agree, like we don't think this Lions team's done this year.
No.
Like we have seen a very, very high level of football played from this team.
Yeah.
And I think we're like all just kind of at that point to where it's like, where did that go?
I'll tell you what, if they play how they have the past 5 weeks,
they will lose round one.
They're not winning a playoff game.
They'll lose round. They'll make the playoffs, but they'll lose round one.
Yeah.
And I've been to the Booner path, the man of the people on the front lines, and I will continue to be that. But I'm going to be very, very realistic going forward, especially after yesterday. And I'm sure Dan Campbell. I haven't watched his press conference yet. I just got off work and came over here. I'm sure he's the same way. Like we have to take accountability for what's happening here.
Yeah.
Because we're in the NFL at the end of the day. You could be a slappy fan all you want, but if you actually know football and watch the football games and you know what you're watching, this has been bad football. Even if they come out and win games or not, this is very, very ugly football. And it's not just Jared Goff too. Like this is a whole team situation. This is a whole team thing. And you know what gives me faith as well? The last 2 years, they did start 1-6. Dan Campbell found a way to kind of turn that thing around. And what did they start? 0-10-1 the year before. And he may fire someone at this week. He may go out and make some moves. I wouldn't be mad if he does. But there has to be something that's done.
Who are you going to
fire? I don't know.
There's nobody you
Maybe
can
some
fire.
position coach. I don't know. Maybe he won't.
Fire Mark
Maybe he won't.
It's
But we already saw the start of it on Sunday because he started putting. If he started getting more snaps, people started getting more snaps. Jerry got taken out a couple times. There have been moves that have been made, and there are going to be moves. He said after the game yesterday, I'm going to start holding people accountable, and things are going to – he didn't say it word for word, but things are going to start getting ugly for how they've been playing football. Yeah. And that's where I'm at. As a man of the people, as the Booner path and the slappy you guys call me, I will do it both ways just as much because I do love this football team and all those guys. Like, I will – and you guys will see at 8 p.m. tonight, I'm going to go off a little bit on this team in regards to that. So –
well – let me tell you guys about Fair Pack.
You were expecting something different.
No, you would because I was going to ask you like, were you using more Ben Johnson or Jared Goff from you?
It's Jared Goff.
Yeah.
Whoever people in the chat and people on Twitter. There's been people in my mentions. I had a tweet that just blew up and hundreds of thousands of views, and people were just there's people in there mentioning Ben Johnson, and it's ridiculous to me that a week ago Ben Johnson was the #1 head coaching candidate, and then today he's not because maybe he did struggle with some play calling, but at the end of the day he was put in a bad position as well. Maybe he could have called plays better, but to blame Ben Johnson from one bad half of football is one of the most ridiculous scapegoat things I've ever heard in my life. Yeah. You don't know football and watch football if you go after Ben Johnson.
It's always somebody else. Yeah. It's the offensive line. It's the receivers. It's Ben Johnson. It's never Jared Goff. But
I think it's a full team. I'm not going to go at I'll go at Jared Goff today for sure. But this is I don't know you guys are the Jared Goff
today more
guys, but this is a full football team. You don't lose 2 of your last 3 games just because of quarterback. I know turnovers. This is right now this is a situation going on with the team.
Yeah, yesterday more than any other game, that's where I pinpoint at Goff,
which is fair.
But other games, I'm with you. Team situation. I think real quick before we go to break is like, why everyone's like freaking out like fucking chickens with their heads cut off is like, we know, I guess his limitations now. We know it's also been exposed to the teams now because we can't shake it now.
And like I said, Denver's got the most opportunistic defense in the NFL.
Can I say one more thing?
What up?
One more thing is too is as bad as we've seen Jared Goff, the craziest thing is we've seen Jared Goff play good football. And the fact he has been playing so bad the last 4 games, like he was in LA, that is my issue. Is you like, hey, Jared, we've seen you play good football. So what's happening now is unacceptable because you have played high level football.
That's what he does, man. That's what he did in LA.
That's why you don't pay him. That's why you don't pay him a lot of money.
And then he fell apart.
That's why you don't pay him money.
Yeah.
It's a matter of fact.
You need consistency. He's not consistent. He can look like a guy that can go out there and do anything. He can look like a guy that can throw for 350 yards and 3 touchdowns, and then he can do this. There's no consistency other than him not being able to consistently throw a spiral.
Is the weather thing still narrative?
What's up?
Is the weather thing still narrative?
No, that's an issue for sure.
Okay.
Before I go,
yes,
Vegas knows everything. Detroit Lions 4.5-point favorites to open versus the Denver Broncos Saturday
I'm with
night.
you. I'm with you.
So they I think this is a huge. I think they bounce back big time. I think Vegas looks at Dan Campbell in this one and goes,
yeah. I mean, listen.
That's at home. It's at home.
At
right?
home.
Yeah, but even
indoors,
if it's on the road, you're still a 1.5-point favorite.
Yeah, indoors. Different game. Different game.
Off a loss.
Different offense.
Haven't lost back-to-back games.
Yeah. Like they're doing better, yes, but like they're not like world beaters by any means.
8 p.m. though.
Indoors.
8 p.m.
Oh yeah, it's prime time game.
No, I'm talking about Woodward Nights. You guys saw a
Nights.
glimpse of what I'm gonna be going off a little bit.
For over 6 years, Michigan Spice Hotels, Restaurants, and Casinos been getting their prime Wagyu beef, dry aged beef, and more from a place called Fairway Pack Company. You can get the same treatment from Fairway Pack Company. Just go to fairwaypacking.com to deliver it right to you the same way they do these fine casinos, hotels, and restaurants. Or you can stop by the store for grab-and-go steaks in Grosse Pointe.
Gabby is a college student struggling to study for her big exam. Then she discovered Syntron, a healthy way for her to stay awake and focus. Jennifer frequently has chaotic days like this until she gets online, orders some Syntron, and finds her groove. April visited her local grocery store, purchased a case of Syntron, and entered to win the Syntron 100K Vegas giveaway. Pick up your case of Syntron today at any Meijer location or visit drinksyntron.com/Vegas and enter for the 100K Vegas giveaway.
Woodward Sports' own Tom Mazaway and Sam Stick Day will be hosting our Lions postgame show after every Lions game all season long. Tune into the Woodward Sports YouTube channel for his hot off the press takes, game analysis, and Kool-Aid sipping celebrations. You won't want to miss it. Join Maz, Stick, and special guests each week immediately following every Lions game, exclusively on the WSN YouTube channel. How would you like to win not one, but 2 vehicles of your choice? One for you and one for your wife, your girlfriend, or your best bud. Get to Lady Jane's today for an award-winning haircut and automatically enter for your chance to win. Courtesy of Les Stanford Buick GMC of Ferndale. Lady Jane's, open 7 days a week, walk in anytime. It's wicked awesome.
Born in a cold winter basement in Detroit, 3 buddies wanting more out of rock, paper, scissors, dug deep and struck gold with Jack Labrador. With 2 new symbols and a 3-point play, once you go Jack, you never go back. 1 deck of cards, 3 new games of non-stop action. It's the perfect no-brainer stocking stuffer for all ages. Scan the QR code above or go to jacklabrador.com to get your deck today.
Welcome back. 5-star review. Smash the like button. What do they think, guys? Please make sure you smash that like button. I got a comment from Football CF Candy. He says, honest question to you guys.
Hey,
how big is the Lions' window to compete, particularly when you consider the rise of the NFC North?
As long as you don't pay Jared Goff $50 million a year or don't pay a quarterback $50 million a year, you can keep that window open. Look at the 49ers. Look at what the 49ers have done. Their window has been open for like 7-8 years now because they don't hamper down with a debilitating contract from a quarterback, and that means they can afford to get a top 3 player at damn near every position on the field. Like, they have an offensive lineman, best offensive lineman in the NFL, best running back in the NFL, a top 3 tight end in the NFL, top 3 receiving core in the NFL, top 3 linebacker in the NFL, top 3 defensive line in the NFL.
Yeah.
The only thing they don't have is a secondary. And Brock Purdy's playing like an MVP candidate.
Mm-hmm.
And he was the last pick of the fucking draft. Bro's making $10 an hour.
Well, he's gonna do it with the guy coming in for his first year. Yep. We've seen it multiple times now. That's how the league works.
Yep.
Lamar Jackson came in right away. Sean Jackson right away. Aaron Rodgers. Well, if it's first year starter, it's like his rookie year. Okay, Aaron Rodgers right away.
Well, he's set for a year or two.
Well, no, still people are saying, like Neil says, if you're not playing, it's still like your rookie year, right?
That's true. Yeah, that is what he said.
That's the stupidest fucking statement to make.
Yeah,
especially when Brock Purdy is the number one guy in your own fucking conference. What are we doing?
How about Joe
fucking
fucking Flacco?
Hurts.
How about Joe fucking Flacco?
So that's the thing too, right?
Big Daddy Flax.
I saw that come up at some point yesterday. It's like they brought people said, oh, you could still win the Super Bowl with Jared Goff, with Joe Flacco.
Yo!
Joe Flacco has a fucking arm. Joe Flacco has a cannon on the right side of his fucking chest.
Joe Flacco had one of the best playoff runs in NFL history. I think it was 16 touchdowns, no interceptions. Dude was lighting up the playoffs.
To the point too, the Detroit Lions window, it's not closed. Like again, as long as you don't lock yourself in to a hampering contract with Jared Goff.
Ken says we have vibes though, Spenny and culture. We got the vibes.
Got the vibes, dude.
Boona's big vibe guy. Big vibe guy.
Hey, come on, he's coming. He's coming.
Pineapple, sorry.
Pineapple.
Elephant.
Cliff Dina, I agree with that one too. Ben Johnson's the only reason Goff is being considered for an extension. You guys know that's where I've been.
It's crazy, man. They called us crazy.
I was ridiculed.
Called us haters.
I was mocked.
Dragged us through the streets.
Dressed up for the apology session.
And now everybody is saying the things we've said over the past 2 years.
Meme me up, Chris. Meme us up, Chris.
Beam me up, Scotty.
Anytime he's saying, people finally see it, they synced it. They synced it. That's all I've been trying to do is this exact pictures. Open your fucking eyes. I think. What do you say though, Chris?
I mean, since we only have a few minutes left, I know this is more of like an off-season conversation here, but like, how do you look at the Goff future of like? Because there were times when we were talking trade him. There are times when you know next year if Hooker is ready, you trade him. Or there's obviously the extension. There's several different ways. Or there's the idea of start him next year and then at some point in the year, Hendon Hooker usurps him as a starter. Like how do you
have
see
a battle
it right
in training camp? You have a good old-fashioned QB battle in training camp. Because next year, good old-fashioned duel. High noon.
10 paces.
Pew, pew. It's high noon. Shout out Overwatch. But if you
Jared Goff's bullets are like from wanted because they go fucking around and shit.
They curve.
Yeah.
You have a good old-fashioned quarterback battle in training camp. And if Hendon wins it out of camp, you trade Jared Goff. If not, then you're good. You got Goff on his last year.
I think that's the hope is that you have that quarterback battle in camp. And then Hendon comes out on top because then Jared Goff is a tradable asset.
But not, is he a tradable asset?
Yes,
though?
Yes, he is. Because there are teams. What? I don't know about for what. That's a whole different conversation. But you hope that Hendon wins that battle. That then you can trade him. Carson Wentz went for like a second round pick, so maybe something like that.
We can definitely get something out of Goff.
But if Jared Goff wins, that kind of sucks. So you're like less likely to trade him. But Hendon can still take over at some point in the season. The same way we've seen quarterbacks do it in the past. Like Deshaun Watson sat for like the first half of the season. Then I think it was Matt Schaub at the time started playing a little bit funky. Okay, Matt Schaub, I think actually he got hurt. Yeah. And then Deshaun Watson started playing. Same thing, Joe Flacco, Lamar Jackson. Like Joe Flacco started playing a little bit. Joe Flacco is like one of those 50-50 ball guys. He's going to give you either 3 touchdowns or 2 touchdowns and 2 interceptions. Or you know what I'm saying? He's very much that type of quarterback. He had those type of games and ended up going Lamar Jackson. The rest is history. It's going to be one of those 2 things. But the best case scenario for the Detroit Lions is that Hendon just wins it outright. And then Jared Goff you're able to trade him at some point.
Are you still confident the Lions can beat Cowboys in Dallas?
No, not as confident.
Okay.
Not as confident.
Thanks. Cowboys are putting up 50. Zake said it. Cowboys are hanging 50. They are. And Deron Bland is going to have 2 interceptions.
As long as we don't have those stalls in offense, and we don't go away from the run. Like I really think they could still make it interesting or keep it in there. But if not, it ain't gonna be
hard
pretty.
pass.
It ain't gonna be pretty. It's still a possibility.
I still think they're going to win the division unless they really only have to win 1 game against the Vikings to win the division. Honestly, that's what it is. Win one of those games against the Vikings, and you win the division. I expect them to do that. I expect them to win the division. But like I said, if they play how they have been playing the past 5 weeks, they will not win a game in the playoffs.
Yep. Jeff Berg says, too, if we extend Goff, we're looking at the bottom of the division for the next 5 to 6 years.
Zake would say Goff is Flacco without the arm.
Yeah. It's pretty accurate.
So a white quarterback?
I don't care what color my quarterback is. I just want him to fucking be able to sling that. That's all.
He's got to be able to do something.
Because there's nothing to it. On the play-action play I was telling you about, the first play of, like, the second half of the Detroit Lions offensively. Like, if that was a guy, and again, I get that he's not that, so I don't expect him to do these things, but if that was a mobile guy, he'd get you 5 yards there. And he runs out of bounds, at least. You know what I'm saying?
Goff is a better Tannehill. Both are crap since Suyu.
No, I don't agree.
They're pretty comparable, except Tannehill can move.
Yeah.
Tannehill can move around.
Yeah, Goff's probably a little bit more. I know they're wobblers, but they're
Goff's a little more accurate. Tannehill's more athletic.
Yeah. That's fair. I'll accept that. Again, Dose Dion coming up. We kind of broke everything down on his show. I'm curious to get his reaction because he once upon a time was a Jared Goff guy. But in the offseason, we call him mock drafting Hendon Hooker to the Detroit Lions. So I definitely want to get his take on a couple of things, but not before we talk about Hamlin Pub.
Hamlin Pub, if you ever wanted a bar where you're a regular, we have just the place for you. Head to one of Hamlin Pub's 7 locations and experience where everyone's a regular. Matt, Stick, Anson, and the boys for the post-game show were there yesterday. It was a very sad experience, but I hope they tried that smokehouse brisket mac and cheese because I'm telling you, that shit is life-changing. Make sure you go to Hamlin Pub. They have food and drink specials for every NFL game and all Michigan sports games. So you can go there tonight, watch those shit Monday Night Football games, but at least you'll have some good food and good drinks at Hamlin Pub. Experience your new favorite pub for all things sports.
Have you ever wondered where all the finest restaurants get their steaks? It's Fairway Packing Company, providing Michigan restaurants, hotels, and casinos with prime beef for over 60 years. But now you can buy these cuts of meat for yourself at the Steak Shop by Fairway Packing Company. Prime porterhouse, A5 Japanese New York strip steak, dry aged Wagyu beef tomahawk. Delicious. Get to the Steak Shop today. Enjoy fine wine, have a private party, and get the finest cuts of meat anywhere. The Steak Shop on Mack Avenue in Grosse Pointe Woods, or order online, fairwaypacking.com.
At work and at home, we're there with smarter security solutions. Featuring complete automation with customized alerts and more. For over 90 years, we've been the company that's been counted on to protect what matters most, all with personalized service and care. Right now, for a limited time, receive a free video device plus free installation with a new home system. Guardian Alarm. We protect Michigan.
Brace yourselves, Detroit. As the sun begins to set, 2 of Woodward Sports' brightest young stars will be taking the mic for a brand new show. Woodward Nights with Spooner and Broder. The dog days in Detroit are over, and the boys are unleashed. Join in on the banter and hop on the bandwagon of the #1 night show on the internet. Tune into the Woodward Sports YouTube channel every weeknight from 8 to 10 p.m. Woodward Nights with Spooner and Broder.
BullseyeEventGroup.com is where you guys need to go to purchase your tickets for all you can eat, all you can drink, and a free shuttle to the game then afterward. BullseyeEventGroup.com, sponsored by Long Drink, which I can attest for. They work very, very well. They got the best of me yesterday.
Yeah, they did. There's only 2 of them, too.
I know. BullseyeEventGroup.com. I'm also going to be there next Saturday. See the light! I love it. It's literally what's been like the past 2 years. Hey, some people are seeing it now. It is what it is. I don't think it's all doom and gloom. He kind of got to a little bit there. Oh, we got special guests coming in soon. But Spenny's look like he saw a ghost. He's kind of pacey like a ghost.
Ooh, nice little voice crack at the end of that one. How we doing, fellas?
What up, man?
It's good to be back.
How you been?
Good, good. Could be better. A little health going on in the family, but looks like it's gonna be all right. But
good.
Not going down to Florida yet. Hanging around.
Yes, sir.
But
how was your health yesterday after the game?
After watching Two Glove Tim Boyle, fucking disgusting.
Timmy Two Gloves.
Timmy Two Gloves.
Look, and you guys know. I mean, you guys have obviously never been Goff haters, but I don't think that you've been Goff quote unquote realist.
Truthers.
But I was drinking that Jared Goff Kool-Aid a little bit to begin this year, and I just want to smack myself in the fucking face for it. It's disgusting to see just this unfold because it's almost like you could see it coming. over the last 4 weeks, like I understand that Packers loss was bad, but they look like they're coming into themselves and they're truly a talented team. But this Bears team, I was nervous going into the season, but to lose like that, and just the inability to do anything through the air, like everybody's like, not everybody, but a lot of people are criticizing Ben Johnson. And it's like,
I know.
What the hell are you doing putting any noise on Ben Johnson? Look who his quarterback is. The Bears had the #1 ranked rush defense, and the Lions were still able to move the ball in the run game. So it's like at some point.
Baby Whopper Jr. hands and noodle arm is holding your playbook hostage.
He is.
So there's only so creative you can get when your quarterback is that limited.
He can only eat in the middle of the field. He can't throw outside the numbers, and he can't create anything outside the script of the play. You're limited in what you're doing, especially in the weather like that. Lucas, can you throw it up real quick, Chris? Because this was us last offseason. You were sitting in that very chair trying to sell us some Jared Goff. I was trying to get you to see the light.
True. It's true.
So you're absolving Ben Johnson? I am too. I'm absolving, obviously, it sounds like strong. Yeah.
There's no way Ben Johnson should deserve any noise at this point. He has got, the Lions are 9-4 right now.
Yeah.
I would say about 7 of those wins have been because of the offense.
Yeah.
I would say Atlanta, and there's another, maybe Tampa. You could give to the defense, but besides that, man, like, it's been all offense. This man has not skipped a beat since he stepped up as offensive coordinator. I can give you a number 16, who has not consistently shown up week to week, and you can see that
he is consistent in one thing, not being able to throw a spiral.
That is true.
He's consistent at that.
And the line noise drives me crazy too, because look around the NFL. How many offensive lines right now are completely healthy? Very few. Like, even Philly lost Kelsey and Lane Johnson for a week. It's just a part of the game. When you're not mobile in 2023, and defensive tackles and defensive ends and outside linebackers are a lot more versatile and have a lot more speed, it's more important for your quarterback to – he doesn't have to be a mobile quarterback. He doesn't have to be the Lamar Jackson. Just to extend the plays, because you have Sam Laporta. You have Amon-Ra St. Brown. And for the love of God, you have Jamison Williams, where if you extend a play and let them create plays, your offense is now taking another step. And if that doesn't work, okay, run for 3-4 yards, keep us ahead of the chains. That's all this offense needs.
Yeah, like I said, how many times do we see it in the NFL? You see it damn near every quarterback in the NFL. They get out of the pocket, avoid the sack, start running to the sideline, running to the barrier, moving guys around, and you see the wide receiver stop on their route and start following the quarterback over there. It's an element you need to have in the NFL. You need to have it. You need to have somebody who can do something when the play breaks down. Jared Goff can do absolutely nothing when the play breaks down. When the play breaks down, he turns into, I don't even know, Wilson Spate. Like, he falls apart. It is
Tim
bad.
Boyle with 2 gloves.
Yeah, it's bad, man.
He had time yesterday, too. I want to hear, like, too much about the line. Like, he had time yesterday.
Yeah, Neil was like, Graham Glasgow. I was like, bro.
No, he didn't.
Yeah.
What?
He said he played one of the worst games. I was like, not really. Like, it's
no. Hey, you know, these were the highest graded guys in the offensive line yesterday.
Yeah.
I'm not blaming the offensive line. The first Chicago Bears game, I could tell you the offensive line was a little bit shit.
Yes.
I'm not denying that at all, especially because the Packers
sometimes they're good, sometimes they shit.
But Goff was missing balls yesterday.
It was bad.
Like, okay, how about this? What if you could say, okay, Aaron Glenn maybe should have ran the ball more since Jared Goff wasn't getting the job done? Is that a fair?
I mean, that's fair, but at the same time, when you're trailing in those conditions, and
Yeah.
that's the #1 rush defense in the NFL at this point, like, you can make fun of them all you want, but that's just the fact of the matter. And they're very familiar with David Montgomery. Jahmyr Gibbs was having his moments, but for Jahmyr Gibbs to have his moments, David Montgomery a lot of the times has to kind of wear down that front seven on the opposing defense, so he can pop those quick runs. So those linebackers and defensive linemen, they're more worn out. So when you can't do that, when you can't get it to Amon-Ra St. Brown on the perimeter because you just have the inability to throw the ball there, the defense is just going to collapse in the middle, and that's the only place where Jared Goff can throw the ball.
Holy shit! Since the bye, Jared Goff's QBR while under pressure is 0.6.
Yeah.
Did you see, like, I think there's a stat going around, but it's like over the last month, Jared Goff has like 10 touchdowns, 6 interceptions, 3 fumbles, and a crazy amount of sacks.
It's
6 fumbles.
10 touchdowns, I think 7 interceptions, 6 fumbles, and 15 sacks.
And you're going to blame that on the offensive line and the defense.
He is a statue. He's a statue. You can't do that in the NFL unless you have a top-flight arm, a top-tier arm that can put the ball on a platter anywhere on the field. You cannot be a statue in the NFL.
Or the 2000 Ravens defense.
Yeah, or the 2000 Ravens
Like, you can
defense.
say whatever you want about Joe Flacco and Eli Manning and how, like, mid those guys, like, were.
They had arms,
they had
too.
cannons.
Thank you. I just got done saying that.
cannons.
Yes.
Joe Flacco was like 16-0 touchdown to interception ratio in his Super Bowl run. One of the best playoffs I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah.
And Eli Manning, same. How many times did you see Eli Manning drop a dot to Victor Cruz or Akeem Hicks down the sideline? Like,
and Joe Flacco just threw for like 300 yards yesterday.
Off the fucking bench,
He's still got that arm.
Yes.
He still has the arm, and he's throwing in Cleveland. I've been to those shitty Browns games at this time of the year. Those are fucking hell.
Yeah.
That's why half the quarterbacks can't make it in Cleveland, because if you don't have a strong arm in those conditions, your completion percentage is fucked.
Jacksonville, a playoff team too.
Yeah.
The defense was pretty solid as well.
Yeah.
But I bet that's the same thing. Like you can be that statue. You can be that guy who's like really dependent on the playbook and everything. But okay, then be on a rookie deal where I could just give you the Ravens defense, like you said, or the Giants defensive line. Like going back to like Eli. Sorry, I hiccup there. I apologize. What about AG?
AG is one of those things where it is what it is.
That's right,
he hasn't had a full season of top flight talent. Like he's still working with the defense from last year, and at some point, really all offensive coordinators have to do last year is turn on last year's film and be like, all right, because these are a lot of the same guys. What were their weaknesses last year? Let's exploit those same things this year in just different ways that they haven't seen before. So it's hard, like especially like it's like a chef in the kitchen with very few ingredients right now. And
yes,
I understand like. Yeah, I'm upset with them, but I'm not to the point where it's like fire AG, because you look at the defensive personnel right now, it's bottom 5 personnel in the NFL.
Yeah.
And they're putting up bottom 5 numbers. What do you expect? If they had a top 15 ranked personnel and they're putting up bottom 5 numbers, that's when you look and you're like, all right, what are you doing here, dude?
Yeah, bro, I don't care if you're a Rex Ryan. And all due respect to the man, because I do like him. I do respect him for just making it into the league. But you are never going to make Jerry Jacobs a consistent quarterback where he's guarding guys like DJ Moore. I don't care if you're a Bud Ryan. Yeah, like that's just never gonna happen. And that's the reality of the situation that AG's cooking with. Is like you said, it's not a full platter. He doesn't have all the ingredients to cook up a great defense. It's
making a vegetable or making a salad with spoiled vegetables.
Again, not to shit on Jerry Jacobs, but he never, ever was he ever expected to be a CB1 caliber player.
They knew it.
He's an undrafted free agent.
That's
Hats off to him for even making the fucking team and staying on board long enough to like be a starting cornerback.
That's why you signed Emmanuel Mosley. That's why you signed Chauncey Gardner-Johnson. That's why you wanted to draft Devon Witherspoon, is because you knew you didn't have it in the secondary. It's not Aaron Glenn's fault that his defense has been injured to the point of it's the same thing as last year, but with Jack Campbell and without James Houston.
Like if they had Emmanuel Mosley, CJ Gardner-Johnson, James Houston, like if they had all those guys healthy and this defense looked like that, then I'd be like, yeah, what are we doing here, Aaron? But
yes,
it's just think about what he has to do in order to get this defense even somewhat complete when they're about to go up against a top flight offense.
Yeah.
On top of the fact too, they're on the field just nonstop in that third quarter with the 3 and outs, and then you gave him the ball at the 29-yard line after the fumble.
Tyler Chavez,
losing a Lee McNeil.
Tyler Chavez says this soft zone nickel bullshit is whack. They can't run man. You cannot.
Did you watch
run
the
man.
Packers game? Yeah.
Like, did you see what Christian Watson and Romeo Doubs were doing to them boys? You cannot run man.
Because I said the same thing. I was like, run man coverage. Like the zone's just getting cooked right now. Like you don't have the cornerback play and the safety play right now to stop these guys. But when you want to run man coverage, you have to be able to get to the passer.
You don't have the pass
because
rush.
Man coverage, a guy can only cut any NFL corner outside of maybe Stephon Gilmore in his prime.
4 seconds.
Yeah, they're gonna get open. They're too good at athletes that know what the play is compared to the defense. They have no fucking clue what's coming. They're just reacting.
When you have quarterbacks that can sit back there for 5-6 seconds, you cannot run man because you will get beat.
And then with the mobile quarterback, man coverage, now you don't have anybody to put on the quarterback if he breaks out of the pocket, unless you run a spy. You do that, okay, now somebody's cooked in coverage.
Jared Jacobs got cooked bad yesterday on that one. Oh, by the way, they weren't even going to hike the ball that play. Did you guys see that?
Yeah.
They were just trying to draw us off sides.
Who jumped off sides?
Hutch.
Yeah.
And
that was the worst part about it.
And he wasn't even rushing on the play. He was dropping back into coverage in that play. 4th and 13. It is what it is, man. We got to get a break. We got Dose Dion coming up. I'm going to toss you a pair of headphones, but talk about Planet Fitness first, Vinny.
Planet Fitness. Planet Fitness is the home of the judgment-free zone where anyone, and we mean anyone, can feel comfortable and work on their fitness goals. At Planet Fitness, you'll experience a squeaky clean gym that has tons of equipment, a full body workout in just 30 minutes, and all memberships include fitness training. You all this for just $10 a month, no commitment. No matter where you are, there's a Planet Fitness close by, more than 50 in Metro Detroit, and thousands more throughout the world.
And after your workout at Planet Fitness, let me tell you about Cintron. How would you like to win a $100,000 Vegas getaway? Take your closest friends and live it up in the city that never sleeps. You can do that with Cintron. It's the Cintron Energy. Drink it and live it. Purchase a 24-pack today and enter for your chance to win the Vegas getaway. Cintron, the healthier energy drink with great taste for the people who desire to look good, feel good, and be the best versions of themselves. Go to drinkcintron.com/Vegas for more information.
Stop searching for a vehicle and start finding one. Les Stanford Chevrolet Cadillac makes it easy. We harness the power of multiple dealerships and own the biggest selection of GM brands in the area to get you the car you need. With the Les Stanford Group, you'll have access to 4 different dealerships, providing you with more makes, more models, and more choices. We're connected to more than 1,000 vehicles. And with so many high-quality CPO vehicles available, you'll find new car quality at pre-owned prices. You can start and end your search at lesstanford.com today.
Now, coming to Woodward Sports, Woodward and Main Street, the Woodward Sports Network Detroit Lions show. Catch Gabrielle D. Phillips, Matt Broder, and Terry Foster for all the latest news on your Detroit Lions every week. Only on the Woodward Sports Network YouTube channel and woodwardsports.com.
Savor the heart of home at Big Boy with our all-new Down Home Comfort Dishes. Feast on home-style goodness with our Southern Comfort Chicken Bowl, veal parmigiana, and apple pie hotcakes. The Down Home delight doesn't stop there. Potato pancakes are back. Dive into the richness of our perfectly crafted potatoes with our classic potato pancakes and our stuffed potato pancakes. Top off your meal with our new gingerbread shake, a seamless blend of creamy vanilla and sweet gingerbread flavors. Nothing beats the comforting taste of Down Home cooking. Enjoy every bite, only at Big Boy.
When it comes to your pet, don't settle. Give your pet the best. Premier Pet Supply is hands down Michigan's best pet store. Family owned and operated for over 30 years. 13 Metro Detroit locations, over 60 brands of food, lowest prices, and curbside home delivery. Premier Pet Supply, give your pet the best at www.premierpetsupply.com.
Just like being a parent.
What up, welcome back to World Heavyweights live on sports.com. I'm Eazy. We got Spinmo Rax, Young Chris, the return of Lucas Klotz. We got Hidden Hooker in the sound booth. Yeah. We also got my guy, Dosa Dion, joining us from his studio. Officially, Bleacher Report, all the above. What up, man?
Yes, yeah. Hey, man, well, how you doing? Hey, first off, you don't got to come in with the tie going on. I'm like, bro, what am I supposed to do? He's wearing a tie, but I did change the headphones this time. I changed the headphones. I don't want to hide them, so I just put the black ones.
Hey, you ever seen that
How you guys doing, though? It's good to be back.
Good. Just for my sister's wedding.
Good to have you on, Dion.
Oh, my bad.
Okay. Good to see
I
you,
was saying, this is how I dress for the downfall of Jared Goff. That's what I was getting to.
Oh, okay. okay. Well, you look good. You look good, but hopefully you take it off then soon. I think you will.
I appreciate you. Hey, so yesterday we called it on your pregame show. We kind of talked about the middle of the field possibly being taken away. We thought Jamo could be an X factor if they could get the ball to him, but obviously that didn't happen. What were some of your takeaways from yesterday's game with the Detroit Lions?
Oh man, yeah, this is one of those ones, man, where I feel like I had to take a different approach after this one. And it's more spicy because obviously there's a lot of heat that comes, with this kind of loss, the way we lost this game. But it's one of those games where I had to step back and I felt like I was kind of drawing a line here. Like, okay, what are we really seeing? But honestly, man, as bad as it was, I do think, and I call it a positive because I think we get more. But at the same time, I don't call it a positive because I think there are real issues. But I think we know what the issues are with this team. And I think on both sides of the ball, specifically defensively, they're very clear what they are and they're very clear what we need to fix. And if not fix them, what we need to hide, because every team has some sort of issues, what we need to hide. But then offensively, man, I mean, it was the ugliest game I've seen this season because I didn't really see the ball live. Ugliest game I've seen. Pre-snap penalty. I felt like I was watching the 2021 Lions in that game.
Honestly, yeah, that's a great way to put it. It was like watching the 2021 Lions.
It was tough to watch, man. It was tough to watch. What can you do? Like, obviously, we don't have to worry about dealing with the elements for the rest of the regular season. You're going to be playing in domes for the rest of the year. But what do you do with Jared Goff to try to get some of these throws right? We talk about the wounded ducks you see out there and different things, but how can you get him right? He's had 3 or more turnovers in 3 of the past 4 weeks now.
Yeah, so that. Okay, first off, I'll say this with that situation, and I know, hey, the chat's gonna be like, man, we know you're a golf guy, that kind of thing, but I'm really trying to separate and look at each of those plays individually. First off, like the outdoor thing, I hear you on that one. I don't really attribute really, maybe one turnover, you could say the fumble. Maybe he didn't have a good grip of the football in that fumble. But the 2 interceptions, I don't really attribute to the weather specifically. You know, the last one was just a heave on 4th and 24. Yeah. And then the other one was a 4th and 10, where it was like, well, I mean, if he doesn't push the ball, if anything, I'm questioning the route combination, right? You had 3 routes on top of each other. It's like, he goes underneath the St. Brown first. So he goes to the second level throw, and it's like it's picked off. So to me, like, for me, honestly, and I know it sounds crazy, but truly, I didn't step back thinking Goff played bad in this game. Specifically when you talk about decision-making. His decision-making was really strong in this game. I just thought it was the mix of issues pre-snap, tied along with a couple key spots where I thought he missed. He missed JMO on a 3rd and 6. You can call that a bad decision or just a miss. You got to hit that throw. You got to give him a catchable ball. That was a bad throw for him. And that was really the key one. And then also on top of that, you left a lot of stuff out there early for this thing to be closer.
Did you just say that wasn't a bad game for Jared Goff, Dion?
I didn't think it was easy.
Oh,
I absolutely.
What are we doing?
No,
come on.
Look, not low.
Come on.
No, but. To be honest, no, seriously, no, and I anticipated thinking a lot worse of this, but I go back and watch it, right? If you just go through the first half, I went through first, and I stepped back. I was like, I didn't dislike the decision making. I disliked the 3rd and 6 pass. I didn't hate the decision making. Now there was little things like timing where I was like, that was off. There was one where I thought St. Brown stopped his route, should have kept going. It was man coverage. He sat down. He threw it in front of him. There was one late where Sam Laporta sat down. He threw it in front of him. It was incomplete. I put that on Goff. But I thought the decision making first half was not bad. You know, we actually played well. I mean, we were leading at half, second quarter. We were rolling. Then we come out in the 3rd quarter, and it was inefficiency on 1st down, tied along with studies where, as y'all know, you guys were talking about it. I mean, 3 and out. And then the first time you have an efficient first down play, you fumble. So I put that on him. But in terms of passing the football, no, I mean, even when we had an opportunity to come back there, I mean, we had to do everything right, kind of like the last time we played Chicago. But there was a lot of good throws to put us back into that spot. But you talk about 2 uncharacteristic drops by St. Brown, which I don't anticipate is going to happen again, so that gives me some optimism. I didn't think he played bad in this game. I'm going to be honest. Like, I mean, say whatever you want, but here's the line I'll draw, and I'll say this to y'all. And again, if y'all have me back on here in a few weeks and things are bad, and you want to come at me and be like, look, you were wrong, he was playing bad, that's fine. But the line I'm drawing of this one, hey, this is how I'm putting it. I'm like, look, man, you can come back and call me out for it. But I don't believe that we're going to stay in this slump. And I also believe that if we do, it won't be because of him. I don't think that was the issue in this game. I truly don't.
Can I meet you in the middle somewhere? Because I'll try. I can't make the see the light. But can I meet you in the middle here? Where it's like, okay, I can say the decisions. Sure, I'm not going to crucify him for the decisions. But the throws, Dion? You're telling me those were good throws we were witnessing yesterday?
Give me 2. I just want to know 2. 2 bad throws.
Two bad throws?
The one to Jameson Williams where it was a
walking
touchdown?
I just asked, just give me 2.
The one to Jameson Williams that was a walking touchdown that he underthrew by 60 yards?
That was absolutely one. That was his worst one of the day. No disagreement. And then the Sam Laporta, where Sam Laporta sat down and he threw it in front of him with some pressure.
The Khalif throw?
Yeah, that was a bad one.
Khalif, okay, we're at 3 now. So we got Khalif Raymond on play action to start the second half.
Okay, but that's nobody. He had to do that. He had to do that, though. He had to do that.
It was behind him.
They were in
cover
behind him, though.
Yeah,
but the outside corner was stepping down. He would have threw right at him.
Okay, the Sam Laporta catch or the Brock Wright catch where he had to catch it behind him, or he was going right.
Now that was a little
tricky.
He did catch it.
So those are good throws yesterday.
Reason, though.
You tell me there was no ducks out there yesterday? You didn't see ducks out in Chicago yesterday?
No, he throws ducks. Look, hey, I ain't going to disagree with you on something that I've seen many, many times. Like, this is how I look at it, right? We're talking about the shots to the outside. That's why I was worried. I was with you, Eazy. This is why we said this, because I'm like, look, we haven't really opened that part of our offense yet. But, like, yeah, that Brock Wright throw, for example, again, that was one. Defender sitting in front of him. He's got to put it behind him. So I think there was more examples of timing issues than anything. Like, you look, the other one that I would point out was St. Brown. St. Brown was one-on-one with the safety, and it was a tad late because a blitzer came through. He tried to get him to jump, and he put it over the blitzer, and it went behind him, and the pass was incomplete. But I didn't think he was out there just spraying and missing passes left and right. I really didn't feel that way watching it back, man. And that's not just like I went through today, and I was like, I didn't think it was that bad.
Series,
give me some examples. No, I'm listening. Okay.
Second series, 2nd and 15, the pass to Amon-Ra St. Brown, which is way ahead of him.
That was on St. Brown. He sat down. It was man coverage, and he stopped running his route. No, he sat down. I promise you. He stopped his route. We can look back at it. Easy. Look, if I can show some clips, dog. Look at Spedbelt Rax is like, bro, you're crazy. But trust me, dog. If y'all get off this show and you watch it back, St. Brown, they're manned up defense. I don't know if they're teaching dudes to sit down against man, but that makes no sense. You run through when you're in man coverage. He sat down. So I'm just like, yo, if anything, that's miscommunication. Put it on whoever you want, but it wasn't a missed throw. They were out there.
I just can't.
No, he stopped. I promise.
With a full heart, I cannot say that
again.
Jared Goff had a good game. I think it was a bad game. There are bad throws.
I'm not saying it was a good game. He didn't excel, but I didn't think he was the reason we lost in this game.
All right, cut him. Get rid of him.
It's my last time on here, guys. I appreciate y'all having me.
You're my guy. How about AG? Because we get tons of hate. I call it defend the Glenn, yes, for sure. But I think it is what it is. Some situations like Jerry Jacobs will never be a true CB1 or CB2. Not one that you're ever expected to guard the likes of DJ Moore and a lot of the other people. He's an undrafted free agent. I don't know which more we can expect out of this guy, along with a little bit of other pieces of defense too. I mean, where are you at with Aaron Glenn?
See, we could definitely be more in the middle on this one because I'm with you on this, and it's kind of a balancing act, man. Because first off, what you said about Jerry, I mean, I think we start to see Kendall Vilder, and to me, I would not be shocked. It was hard just watching, the broadcast angle to really see what he was doing in coverage, but he didn't look bad. And I think that's something that, depending on how it really looked, he may continue to get more and more snaps because they're going to – here's how I'm with it. And it's like this for defensive tackle. Right now, not having a lean, we have no defensive tackle that can create pressure. But when we look at it at cornerback specifically, outside of Levi, I had a couple flash plays. There's the balance. So that play that I know we're all thinking of, right? It's the 4th and 13, Hunch jumps off sides. I heard you guys talking about it.
Yeah.
Why are the Lions, to me, going to a cover one Robert? Like, why would you go single high safety and leave Jerry Jacobs one-on-one when they put DJ Moore on over there? The reason I have an issue with that is because they did it last week. The same big play that they had, they went cover one, single high safety. He got beat by Olave on the sideline. And I'm like, yo, especially against Saints, because we know the Saints had like no other real weapons other than Olave.
Yeah.
And as soon as I see them line like that, either I'm saying, look, Cam Sutton, you follow him, or I'm putting safety over the top. My issue with Glenn is this. It's not really an issue, but I think he has a lot of trust in his guys. And I think what you guys were saying about personnel, I don't think it matches at times the personnel that he really has. I think he has a lot of trust in his guys, which makes him a little bit limited in a sense, too, with what he can really do. But at the same time, I think sometimes it doesn't match. So you're trusting guys to do things that it's just like, hey, man, there's a point where you got to be like, maybe that's not the matchup for us. Maybe we just got to put that safety over top and say, look, everybody else win. We paid you, Sutton, Branch, you're that dude. Everybody else win. We give that guy some help. That's how I look at it. So it's a balancing act for me there.
I'm with you too.
Yeah. Speaking of being limited, the offensive playbook is extremely limited because of Goff's abilities or lack thereof. Ben Johnson said it last year. He said he can make most of the throws that we give him. So how are they going to be able to do this? Like, get away from just sticking to the middle of the field. They need to attack the sideline at some point. I know you and Eazy talked about it on your show yesterday, and I talked about it too. I thought it was going to be a big day for J-Mo, because they're going to cloud the middle of the field. They have those two great linebackers, and they're going to focus on Amon-Ra St. Brown and Sam Laporta, so J-Mo is going to see one-on-ones on the outside. But the inability to get him the ball, the inability to hit those downfield passes, like, what happens? How do we right these wrongs, or can we right these wrongs?
Yeah, no, I think that's a good point. And honestly, that one just feels like it's a tough one to answer because I'm with you in the sense of this is where I think you can definitely put weather into that conversation, right? I mean, if this is indoors, they try to get those. We saw last year with Chark, and we were able to get shots towards the sideline. It's like outdoor, we don't really try to lean into that at all, to the point where there's not even like designs to get those, right? We saw the J-Mo one, and it was just really short on the play. To me, actually, one issue that I stepped away from this and I looked at, because I like a lot of things that Ben Johnson does, and this was like a small issue, but I felt like us not leaving in a running back to pass protect became a problem. I know that sounds small, but it's not because of pass protection necessarily. It's because their ability to create free rushers. And I thought the Lions were awful in this game at when they got a free rusher getting any kind of positive out of it. Like, every time they had a free rusher, we might complete the pass, but it was going nowhere. It was as good as a sack every time. And I thought us not leaving a back in to help and just give us time to try to find something else, I thought that was the big issue. But I mean, look, I'm absolutely with you there in the sense of we do a lot of things over middle. It was definitely better than last time we played Chicago. We had more ways to kind of open up the middle. I thought last time everything became contested, and they're really good at doing that, so the timing becomes a factor. Now, we did see late in the game, right? We saw Josh Reynolds on a big shot, big shot. It was like 20, 25 yards towards kind of the numbers a little bit. We had plays like that when their coverage kind of shifted a little bit. But hopefully that's something that's indoors. We try to open that up. But I'll also say hopefully with Donovan Peoples-Jones, maybe that's a matchup we look for more. Because I think with a guy like Jameson, they don't love him on comeback routes or curl routes separated at the top. He's a vertical threat. But when they talk about him sitting down and coming back to the ball, he's never really open. And I think with hopefully with the emergence of Peoples-Jones, we saw him on that kind of deep breaking route. hopefully with a guy like that, you can start to use him for more of those situations. We know Josh is legit there. It's for more with Josh Reynolds. It's like, what matchup is he coming in with? Because they got a top flight corner. They're going to put him on him and someone else has to win. So I think it's still a real question. And hopefully that's one of those things where, to your point, spend more racks, to your point, being indoors, hopefully that opens it up a little bit more. Because it's been there. It's not like you've never hit sideline shots before. It just has to be enough to make them respect it. That's kind of where I'm at with it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we'll see a big bounce back offensively at the very least when it comes to playing indoors. They're just, people want to call it a narrative, but just a pattern of like relevant stats. Like the guy, your guy, JG. I don't know how much he's paying you, but he's not the greatest outdoors, man. It's not his strength. Do you have any issues with Ben Johnson's play calling in that second half? You think he should have let Jared Goff cook a little bit more, a couple deep balls, or? Well,
Man, I don't know. I don't think I walked away thinking there was tons of issues with play calling outside of like the running back pass pro thing. It sounds weird, but just to me, I point that out just because they're linebackers and sit in slot corners, they hide it well, they bring pressure, and they don't even have to blitz, and they're still getting free rushers. So my thing is, here's the issue I have. I'll say this: when Jahmyr Gibbs is out there, I want to see more complex routes. I don't know why Jahmyr Gibbs' route tree is literally running flats over and over. Like, to me, that drives me nuts. He either runs a curl or he runs a flat. Like, to me, he's got way more athleticism, and we saw it a little bit in college against Kansas State before he came out in the draft. Like, get this guy some matchups, man, especially if you want to attack the middle of the field. Get this guy more complex routes instead of just running into the flat and catching the football. If he's not going to stand in a pass protect, do something else with him. That's where I'm getting frustrated with it, because there's no route tree that they're asking from. They're just asking him to just run into the flat. It's like Montgomery can do that. I don't need Jahmyr Gibbs to do that. He's running the ball well, but open up his playbook a little bit. But honestly, no, I think the second half, man, I think it was a result of just awful. I mean, we all saw it was awful pre-snap. The amount of false starts. Every time we had a positive, it was back. You talk about the fumble that obviously after having a positive play, I mean, everything was just moved back every time. And then there was the one drive that was shut down because we had two runs that went for nothing on the play, a couple missed blocks. But I don't know play calling specifically as much as it was, man. I would like to see him open up Gibbs a little more.
Dion, we appreciate you joining us, man. As always great to have you on here. You inspire hope to the masses with these takes. But before we get you out of here, man, let the people know where they can find your stuff. And I want an updated final record prediction for the Detroit Lions. Where do you think they're going to be at?
Look, man, and I'll say this, man. So I hear where you're coming. Look, you can come back to me. If things are really bad, tell me I was wrong. But I do think this will bounce back. I think Goff puts together some really strong games here. But I do, man, it's tough. Like, part of me wants to say we're gonna win out, but I do feel like one line there, Dallas is difficult. Dallas is gonna be a problem. I think Easy's talked about this. We're beat to have a chance to beat that team, but they're gonna be difficult. So I'll reasonably say, yeah, that was gonna be a problem with those receivers. I'll say we win. I'll say we win every game except Dallas. That's what I'll go with right now. I hate to say that, but division. Just beat Minnesota twice. Let's win the division. Let's just move on. End this season on a positive that way. But man, hey, I appreciate y'all having me once again, man. It's always awesome coming on here. I was telling Eazy, like, this is top tier in terms of entertainment, man. You guys are awesome on this show. It's always a great time when I join.
Where you been, and how often are you live on Bleacher Report? Because I see you not on YouTube as often as you used to be.
Yeah, man. Well, so yeah, Bleacher Report, I do usually a post-game show immediately after. Then the next day we do a show, so we did one this morning. And then every Wednesday I do weekly picks. So I'm about on there times a week. And, I should have a video coming out soon, a little bit later tonight on this game, talking about what I just told you guys. But, yeah, I mean, about 3 times a week I'm on Bleacher Report. So, I usually post in the community tab if you want to check it out.
Nice.
Yes, sir. Make sure you keep an eye out for him. It's what's your name on Bleacher? It's something different on Bleacher Report, isn't it? Isn't it your
It might be my real name, but I think if you just look up Dose of Leon 2.0, I think it still pops up.
The third or something? Hey, I appreciate you.
It ain't that. No.
Hey, remember when Dion was like, yay, scary movie.
Scary movie. I was thinking about that yesterday. I'm like, bro, I don't even know how that got to that point conversation, man. But I appreciate y'all having me, man. Have a good one. And the Lions are about to. Hey, watch Goff go for 4 touchdowns this weekend. Hey, y'all need to have me on if Goff goes for 4 touchdowns.
Indoors it can happen. You're not saying nothing crazy. Outdoors is the issue. That's all I'm saying.
See, this is the thing. Look, I'm always looking like I'm defending. You put me on after a loss, and then it's just like, man, this guy's absolutely nuts. Come on after a win. You know what I mean? You can't blow somebody out, and I can be on here.
Cue up to me and Chris. I thought we were gonna be able to do this to you. I thought we were gonna be able to get you to see the light. I thought we were gonna be able to convert you over, Dion, but I guess not. You're JG guy for life.
Won't happen. No, that won't happen.
Appreciate you, Dion. You're the man. All right, let me tell you guys about Guardian Alarm. Guardian Alarm offers you customized solutions from real experts. Their professional technicians take the time to recommend security and automation solutions specific to your needs. They also have 24/7 professional monitoring. You can call them anytime, day or night, and know a Guardian Alarm team member will stay on the phone as long as needed. And of course, they have technology backed by people. Your safety and security deserves technology. It's been proven to work, and people who have been proven to care. So call them at 1-800.
Stay out.
That's 1-800.
Stay out.
And let them know Woodward Sports sends you.
We've just received word. The world's cannabis supply has vanished. The public is outraged and has taken to the streets in response to this tragedy. The individual responsible acted alone, and we can only hope they will make things right soon.
Join Woodward Sports' own Jeff Iafrate, along with special WSN guests for the most anticipated Lions season in decades. Filled with different surprises and expert analysis. You're not going to want to miss out. Go to our Woodward Sports YouTube channel on Sundays and tune in live from 9:30 to 11:30 a.m. How would you like to win not one, but 2 vehicles of your choice? One for you and one for your wife, your girlfriend, or your best bud. Get to Lady Jane's today for an award-winning haircut and automatically enter for your chance to win. Courtesy of Les Stanford Buick GMC of Ferndale. Lady Jane's, open 7 days a week, walk in anytime. It's wicked awesome.
Now I partake every once in a while, and then I go to the best place in the business in the state of Michigan. It's Dispo Dispensary. They're your local Kansas plug because 12 locations across the great state of Michigan and more coming along the way. So, make sure you stay tuned. If you guys can't make it there, delivered to you. Dispo Dash. Go to disposhops.com, hit the Dispo Dash tab, and JB, the very abductable JB, will be dropping off your tree. It must be 21.
Very kidnappable.
Very.
Did you hear the Shohei stuff?
Shohei the money!
So Shohei Ohtani, he signed the 10-year, $700 million deal.
$2 million a year?
Yeah, Shohei, this is from Jeff Passan.
Okay.
Shohei Ohtani's $700 million contract calls for him to be paid only $2 million a year for the next 10 seasons, with $680 million deferred until the end of his deal. Sources confirmed to ESPN.
Is it still guaranteed though?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All MLB contracts are guaranteed.
He wants to win.
That's what I thought, but
he wants to win.
The deferring is
MLB contracts are fully guaranteed. It says,
brilliant.
He said the structure of this deal, first reported by Fabian Ardria, is unprecedented. Multiple people involved have said Shohei proposed the structure, and that toward the end of the negotiations, he said he wanted to defer his salary. His off-the-field earnings are significant enough for it.
Yeah.
That's crazy, bro. That's goat shit.
That's go. They're gonna win. They're gonna win now.
Yes. Oh yeah.
So wait, I thought baseball didn't have a salary cap.
No, they don't.
They don't.
They don't.
So then,
But
how does this help?
They can still afford to pay other players like now. Like, because it's still bread that has to come out of your pocket.
Yeah,
You're
they
talking
can
about
sign
$70 million a year. You're
They
fucked.
can sign somebody for a 3-year deal.
Yeah.
And Shohei's only on the books for $2 million for those 3 years.
Plus, he's got
that
Japanese
makes
sponsors, American
That is
sponsors.
crazy,
I mean, LA's
bro.
a big market. That I respect the hell out of that. I always wondered that when you see great players. I mean, Chris Paul's been one of them too. I've always been like a big Chris Paul fan. Everywhere he goes, he takes the biggest bag he can get. And it's like, brother, you talk about always winning, but you're never willing to sacrifice to win. It's never ever.
It's honestly what made Brady special. Besides the
Yes.
talent, obviously,
Yes.
but the fact that he just continuously did that, and not just at the tail end of his prime, or he was doing that during his prime. He was consistently taking pay cuts to put better teams around him, and that to me is what makes Brady special. Obviously, the talent is special, but for him to do that for his whole career, I mean, it was awesome, and I would love to see more athletes do that. But I also don't knock an athlete too, because
I don't know how that's legal though, bro.
I don't know.
What do you mean how illegal?
It's a smart move too,
Yeah,
seeing
it's
that all that
negotiation.
contract money is going to get taxed the hell out of too. So I mean, that $700 million could easily be what, 400?
Yeah,
300.
Yeah, something like that.
Stretching
So
it.
That's crazy, bro.
Good for him. I respect the hell out of
Got to
that.
be a tax move in there somewhere, says Art Vandal. Yeah, he's probably going to go back to.
But he gets taxed
He's probably
twice.
going to go back, change his residence back to Japan.
Oh yeah, if he gets
Right before that $680 million check
You're
hits.
gonna get taxed because you still get taxed from California.
I don't know.
I don't know.
Then you can get taxed for in Japan too.
Yeah, but I bet the taxes in Japan are as high as the taxes in
But
California.
I'm saying you're double taxing yourself.
I
You
don't
still
know.
get taxed
I don't know.
from Canada.
Well, I don't know.
I don't know how that
Maybe
works.
they use
but
some
what if-
offshore accounts or something. Or
Or you move to like
Switzerland.
Florida or Texas, some one of those places that don't
Yeah,
have
no
that tax.
income tax.
Yeah.
Yeah, that probably
Yeah. That's what I'm saying.
maybe the Angels are relocating to Florida or something, or Texas. The Dodgers, I mean.
No, yeah, not a fucking
No,
chance.
not a chance. LA Dodgers are classic.
But I don't even know how that would work. That's crazy though.
Yeah.
Good. Hey.
Good on you, Shohei.
Yeah, good on Shohei. I respect that man wholeheartedly.
Shohei's a man.
Even when that one announcer, the Tigers announcer, had said,
Yeah.
Whatever on colorful comments.
He was like, "Oh, be careful. Be very careful."
So he said.
Yeah. That was
Shohei.
former pitcher. I can't remember his name. Fuck, what was his name?
Well, either way, Shohei after the game was like, "I'm not offended by that whatsoever. Like, it fit the context of the situation. Like,
Yeah.
why is everyone in an uproar over it?"
Yeah. He was like, "Be very careful with him." I was like, bro, you can't.
That's wild to do for sure. Either way, we had Dion on, the beacon of hope for you gobblers out there, and for some Detroit Lions fans. I hope to be that too. I'm not out on the season yet.
Jack
Spinny.
Morris, that's who it was. Yeah.
Yep, Jack Morris.
Thomas Rotundi, thank you.
I do want to ask you though, and actually everybody in the room, are you out on the Are you out in the season?
No.
You still see a playoff win?
Yeah.
In the future?
As long as they're not playing like how they played the past 5 weeks. If they get their shit together, they're still gonna win the division. I hope they're still gonna win a playoff game, but they're gonna have to fix some shit before I can say, yeah, they're gonna win a playoff game for sure.
I'm with you too. Like that, Dion was. I get he had to do it because like he was taking abuse on the golf stance he took there, but like he is actually predicting like he's gonna have better games throughout the stretch. The rest of the season is indoors. That's where he's gonna be able to cook. The rest of the season. And somebody actually said it. There's actually somebody I hardly ever respect this person's opinions and everything. I never like take anything they say quite serious, but it was Detroit supremacy you mentioned. It almost felt like the Bears were kind of like built to combat what the Detroit Lions do offensively, at least with Jared Goff for the time being. So Hendon Hooker comes to take things over, y'all mean. But either way, I agree. I think they kind of are built to like combat what we do well. But I do think there's going to be a team that's still going to win games.
Careful. They have to be very careful throwing the ball across the middle.
Yeah, you know what?
Especially if they play the Falcons. Because
Why? What's
that field goal kicker they got is pretty
okay,
good.
You're going too far. I ain't going on that rabbit hole.
My
with
old
you.
lady tripping, but my young ho coo. No, they depending on who they get in the playoffs, I'd still feel confident they're going to win this division. If they see the Rams in the playoffs,
Well, that's more of a defensive problem. Stafford about to eat.
Yeah, but like
at least they'd be indoors though, offensively.
Yeah, that's fair. But the Rams almost beat the Ravens.
Stafford is
in OT. Stafford was slanging that thing.
294, 2 touchdowns, if I'm not mistaken.
70%, right? Said Anthony Patterson. Yeah, I said I was 70% sure.
70% sure they're still going to win the division.
Yeah.
That is a more prevalent conversation than I think people are willing to admit, though.
Because the Packers got an easy schedule.
Vikings, I mean, outside of playing us, yeah. Well, I mean, although
Packers don't play us, they play the Giants.
No, I'm talking about the Vikings though.
What was the Packers schedule? It was pretty. It's tough.
Packers play the Giants tonight. I'm pretty sure they play all booty teams.
But the Giants, the Bucks, the Panthers, the Bears, and the Vikings.
It only takes one Carolina game though,
Yeah, that's true. They're in the same spot we were last year. The Packers really are.
Yeah, they are. And Christian Watson out too with the hamstring situation. It's affected. I actually knocked Maz out of the playoffs in the No Honor League.
Did you?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I gotta go bench my running back for him. Or should I just beat him?
No, beat him.
Beat him?
Yeah. He said he wants to win fair and square.
He did say that.
He did.
And then he tried to give me the pouty face. You're gonna kick me out the playoffs. You told me you wanted to win fair and square.
That's true.
What are you gonna say, Chris?
Who do you got? Saquon?
I got A-Chain going tonight.
Oh yeah.
And then I had Hunter Henry as my
Yeah,
tight end.
Hunter Henry gave you 3 tutties?
Yeah. What are you about to say though, Chris?
Is there any fear of you that this is a mirror of last season, where it was like the bye week leads to a phenomenal stretch of football for the Lions last year, and since the bye week, it's been a little shaky. It's been a little shaky. Is there any worry of that mirroring itself?
It's
like
not in terms of exactly like
because they ended
record,
the season
but
strong.
Yeah.
Yeah,
they look good.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying though. It was the bye week last season was the catalyst for this team playing great.
Oh,
this
saying the
time
opposite.
You need some mirror.
it's
Okay,
like-
yeah.
It's
Yeah.
kind of the opposite. You worried about that at all?
Not really.
They gotta just get their head out of their ass, man.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, we're going to the playoffs either way. So I'm really not tripping.
I agree with that.
I'll tell you what, though. It's season end today. I'm pretty sure we'll be facing the Philadelphia Eagles. Granted, at home. But that's still fucking terrifying.
Lock it easy.
What? No, because we'd be the 3rd seed.
$5
Philadelphia
lock
Eagles
easy.
They got kicked out as number 2 seed.
Yeah.
last
No,
night.
we end up playing the Vikings, I believe.
Is it?
Yeah, because I
The
believe I've
Eagles
seen a
would play
picture
the
of that,
NFC
yeah.
South winner.
Because we're the 3rd, so hold on.
The best wild
We
card
play
team
them.
is playing the NFC South winner.
Oh, yeah, we play the Vikings. You're right. Eagles would play the Cowboys. We play Vikings. And then Buccaneers, Packers.
Tell us about Mark White.
Mark White gonna do you right.
Hey.
Right now, Mark White and the boys. Mark White and the homies are offering up to $5,000.
How much money?
$5,000.
What
Chill,
was it?
Siri.
On your closing costs. $5,000. Chris don't got it, but Mark White does. Give him a call. 248-290-8242. Visit markwhitesells.com
That's
for a chance to get $5,000 towards your closing costs of your new home. Nor?
Woodward Sports' own Tom Mazaway and Sam Stick Day will be hosting our Lions postgame show after every Lions game all season long. Tune into the Woodward Sports YouTube channel for his hot-off-the-press takes, game analysis, and Kool-Aid sipping celebrations. You won't want to miss it. Join Maz, Stick, and special guests each week immediately following every Lions game, exclusively on the WSN YouTube channel.
What happens when you run a great business for over 50 years? You expand and offer more products to more people. That is exactly what Les Stanford did by adding Les Stanford Buick GMC. The same great service the customers have come to know and trust on Woodward Avenue, just south of 9 Mile. Check out Les Stanford in Dearborn today and find the brand you want at lesstanford.com.
Buongiorno.
Arrivederci.
Welcome back to Woodward Heavyweights Live over sports.com. Hit the like button, 5-star review on all podcast platforms. Season end today, Detroit Lions will be playing the Minnesota Vikings in the playoffs. The Bucks will be playing the Eagles, and the Packers will be playing the Cowboys. So we beat the Vikings, obviously. After yesterday's performance, I'm not scared of that team. Two weeks in a row, they have mustered up close to nothing offensively.
Yeah.
It's been horrendous. I don't see them winning out, or even they're definitely probably not even in the playoffs. But in that scenario, if we won, who would we play after that?
Probably the Eagles or the Cowboys. No.
Winner between.
We'd play the winner between the seconds. So whoever the second seed is.
Yeah, but what if?
So the Cowboys.
Fuck.
What if the Cowboys end up taking the division?
Cowboys
from
win the
Eagles?
division, and if the Cowboys win the division, and we win in the first round, we'd play the winner of whoever the Cowboys play.
Yeah.
In their matchup.
So it's looking like Cowboys, Packers, and we'd be in Jerry's world. We'd be indoors. Who scares you more, the Eagles or Dallas?
At Philly probably scares me more.
Yeah.
But I mean, I don't think they're gonna win. I don't think they'd win either of those games.
Yeah. What up, Chris?
So we're talking. We've all kind of stated that this is a team that has a chance in their playoff game to win. It maybe not a guarantee, depending on who they play.
Yeah.
But should be in some cases favorited. I know how we feel about Goff, so I know your guys' answer. But does this team kind of somewhat from this standpoint then overachieving and winning 2 playoff games, does that in any way change the viewpoint of Jared Goff?
No, it doesn't.
I know it wouldn't for you guys, but
no. I mean,
fuck no, baby.
If you guys want to open the phone lines, too, we have some discussions if you guys would like. I did have that in there originally, but no, it would not. It would not change. I mean, Jared. I mean, I would be impressed. I'd be like, yeah, didn't see that coming, But
do you think management would then kind of be forced into a situation where they kind of
no,
would
I don't
have
think so
to?
because they still have him under contract next year. You know what I'm saying? And like him, because here's the thing: is like I get how you could be perceived that way, but if Brad Holmes is like about it, I mean, standing on just true like, business at the end of the day, not like relationships or like knowing people from prior organizations, then no, it's not going to be that case. Because you have Hendon, you're going to see them going to camp together. We saw it with the San Francisco 49ers, where they literally went to a Super Bowl with Jimmy Garoppolo, and they're willing to move off of him into Trey Lance. He's not even starting the league at this moment. Similar situation where, okay, you got Trey Lance onto Brock Purdy, who was like the very last pick of the draft. It's like, be about your business. Whoever's going to perform the best for you, whoever's going to give you the best opportunity to win football games. And that's how you should be as fans as well. Like, don't cling on. I said it all the time. It's like Jared Goff's like your first blowjob. First time we've seen the Detroit Lions go 9-3 since 1962. First time we've seen him go 9-3 since 1962, since we was born, to be honest with you. I just wasn't there in 1962. But I'm not hanging on to that first blowjob.
No, it's toothy.
It's toothy. No. It's not the best. Like it's
Open
gotten me
your
a few
eyes.
times.
There's more.
Open
She
your
didn't even
eyes.
swallow. There's throat goats out there. There's Tiana Trumps out there.
I know Tiana Trump skills exist in this world, so I'm gonna continue to pursue a woman like that. That's the type of listen. We co-share the studio with Lady Janes. We get to see what's out there every day.
Yeah.
It's flaunted in front of us. It is beautiful. It is distracting. It is just everything you'd say that's better than Jared Goff.
Just nicely shaped and jiggly
and some of us may have had success at times with some of those out there, so we know
it's quite possible.
It's possible. So why would I settle for the toothy blowjob? When I have Lady Janes out there? Just come on. That's what we have to be as fans.
I want it. I want
a corporate Jane at quarterback. I don't want some Great Clips bitch that gives toothy blowjobs.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Hey, we've said a lot of disrespectful shit about Jared Goff, but calling him Great Clips is wild.
I'll call him a toothy blowjob. That's
he
up
is
there
a toothy
too.
blowjob.
Here. Let's talk spinning. I'm gonna put the number in the chat.
Toothy blowjobs. The worst part about them. No,
Taylor Swift fans, almost always.
Yeah, it's definitely Taylor Swift fans. You know, they suck. It's girls that don't have daddy issues normally too. They're like, like come from a good home. Yeah, boring girls. Some people think it's church girls, but no, church girls are the real freaks. Those bitches.
Church girls are
down,
fine.
Bro. Get down.
Well, you get the one or two. You get the not till marriage, or you get the or you get the
you sin on Saturday, repent on Sunday.
Yes.
You can get you a church girl that's like she doesn't have the experience, but she's willing to like she's willing to like
she'll take it in the pooper.
Yeah. Smash that like button 5-star you and all podcast platforms. I officially put the number in the Woodward Sports chat. If you guys want to call in, defend your boy Goff. If you guys want to call in and bash AG, I'm all ears. Coming up next too, we also have the mailbag segment.
Not all ears. You got eyes and a nose and a mouth.
Thank you for not objectifying me like that.
You're welcome.
I appreciate it.
You know, it's definitely not all ears. Lucas has the smallest ears I've ever seen on a human being.
It's distractingly small.
They're golf hands.
Tiny, bro.
Once you catch a peep of them,
they're
the
golf hands of ears. My ears look small, but it's just because my head's so big.
Yeah,
that it makes my ears look small.
I didn't even realize because it's still like it fits like your body.
Yeah.
So I guess I didn't realize how small your ears were. You just now said it.
Yeah. But it's literally just because my head's so big. Like my ears are probably twice the size of Lucas's.
How are my ears?
Average.
Big?
Yeah. Average.
They're average.
Yeah.
Chris just got a big face.
Mine?
Chris has a long,
I feel
has a long face.
Yeah, I have a long face, so I feel like my ears are kind of like my ears are.
You got big ears.
But you got a big face. It's like
yeah.
Even though you're tall, your face still feels bigger than like. Am I tripping?
My face. Wait, what was that?
It still feels like bigger than like your body, but it's because you're so skinny.
Yeah, I would probably agree with that.
That's fair.
He's got the dum gimme gum face. You know what I'm talking about?
No, but it fits.
One of those heads.
I don't know, but
Night at the museum.
Night at the
museum too. Yeah.
Dum gimme gum. The big ass stone heads.
All right, you want to judge JB now? Put the
Squidward
camera on
house ass
JB.
head.
Let's make our other friend feel
Fuck
insecure.
you, Spencer. That was a good one.
Squidward house ass head.
Give me gum.
JB, we don't even see JB's ears.
I know mine's always covered up with the hats and the headphones, so it's like they're probably
JB's got a
small.
round-
They're
JB's got
probably
a real
small as
round
fuck
head.
though.
He's got like a lemon head. Like, it's really round.
JB's probably the most proportionate one here.
Yeah.
Well, let's go to break. You guys want to call in? Phone numbers in the
Big
chat.
head, no neck. This is lunchbox.
drop your comments or questions from the mailbag segment, and then we also got to tell you guys about Glorious Cannabis.
Yes, we do. Glorious Cannabis is back with a new ice water bubble hash infused pre-roll called Honolulu Blue. It smells so good. It's like the first whiff of a playoff win in 31 seasons. It's a gassy, aggressive strain named in honor of your Detroit football. You can find it today at Dispo Dispensary and get it 25% off. Check out at the Woodward with the code Woodward at gloriouscanada.com.
Glorious. Your home is your most important asset. Flexibility in the sales process is key. When you work with Mark White and Associates, you can cancel at any time, for any reason, without penalty. Speaking of flexibility, check this out. Who you work with matters. Hire the best broker in the game.
Join Woodward Sports' own Jeff Iafrate along with special WSN guests for the most anticipated Lions season in decades. Filled with different surprises and expert analysis. You're not going to want to miss out. Go to our Woodward Sports YouTube channel on Sundays and tune in live from 9:30 to 11:30 a.m.
Where's the most convenient place to get that big fitness energy?
It's Planet Fitness.
Join today for just $1 down, $10 a month. With over 2,400 locations and equipment for every workout, you can get in, get energized, and get going. And with free fitness training and most clubs open 24 hours, everyone belongs in the judgment-free zone. So join today for $1 down, $10 a month, no commitment, cancel anytime.
Your childhood may be over, but playtime is not. Outdoor Equipment Company is your source for outdoor power equipment, sales, service, and parts, carrying top brands such as Bad Boy, LS Tractor, Steel, and more. Servicing the Great Lakes region with locations in Metro Detroit and Greater Lansing. For more information, visit us at OutdoorEquipCo.com. Outdoor Equipment Company, your power equipment playground. John Jones, is Beth thick? Yes.
Does the sun rise and set every day?
For real.
Does the sun rise? Yeah, no, Beth is she's got it. She's very beautiful.
Got that. It's like,
all right.
it's awesome.
Relax.
It's awesome.
Calm down.
It's a great
You don't have to open your eyes.
You don't
to
have to
that.
open your eyes to that. Yeah, that's just something you.
Yeah,
You see that shit
everybody
from the
sees the
front.
light
I
on
don't know. Jared Goff fans, you might have to. They're pretty delusional.
You can see that shit from the front.
I'm looking up Jared Goff's hand size.
How about Tiny Tina, says Detroit Supremacy? She was, she was
Tiny
thick.
Tinas are always thick.
Yeah, Tiny Tina's are. She was thick. You know, like Schoolboy Q says, the onion in my pocket like the booty on a midget. You know, it's just compact.
Comment in the Woodward Sports chat from the biggest troll
Such
on the
a
network. Well, one of the biggest trolls. I know, actually, he is the biggest troll. He says that Jared Goff and Kawhi Leonard have the same hand size. That's not true. Kawhi Leonard is 9.7 and 11.2.
Yeah, there is no fucking way.
Jared Goff is a flat 9. Just like, well, Beth's not a flat 9. She's a curvy
9. Steve Lehman says mailbag Lions looking like 9-8. Who you guys taking in the draft? All right,
No way.
They're not
Come
going
on,
9-8, and we're not talking draft.
They're not 9-8.
It's not that bad yet.
They're not 9-8.
Trade up for Caleb.
Would say, oh, how about Dominic Raiola's son? Committing to Nebraska?
He's not committing to Nebraska yet. That was a crystal ball prediction.
But why? Why is it being sent to
You
us?
already told him this.
I literally.
Why is this being sent to us?
Dominic Raiola's son's going to Nebraska? I was like,
Dylan
no.
Raiola.
Yeah.
I just think that's a bad
That's where he
move.
got crystal ball to.
Well, I mean, crystal ball's a prediction, right? Like, is that guy pretty accurate? Does that guy know his shit?
Sometimes. I mean,
why the hell is it
a
sent
lot
to
of
us?
different analysts do crystal ball predictions. He's probably getting that corn money.
Jaden Daniels, Detroit
Take your pants
Supremacy
off,
wants.
says gun guy.
He says what? Take your pants off?
Take your pants off.
Who?
I don't know. Just
Just
open invitation.
JB.
Yeah.
What was the draft question that came in?
We're not doing
draft.
I'll
John
do draft.
Jones, would y'all be happy with 11-6 season? Yeah, I mean,
that's what
as long as we win
I think
the
that's
division.
what we predicted,
I don't
right?
hate
Or did
it.
we do 12-5?
I'd be hurt by it.
I think I was 11-6 and you guys were 12-5.
What's the record the rest of the way for you?
I think they lose 2.
Still 2 more?
Yeah.
Dallas and
1 to Minnesota, probably.
Is anybody nervous? I'm not nervous with the Broncos. And obviously with
I'm kind of nervous with the Broncos.
I am.
Are you really?
I am.
Why?
Because they have
good defense, I
they
guess.
have a good defense that's physical, that forces turnovers. Obviously, something that's been consistent. Goff had the no interception streak, but then what he's followed it up with is a turnover streak. So he's consistent one way or the other, and it seems like it's very likely to bet on Goff having a turnover in this game, and especially with that opportunistic defense, I don't like that. And they have good corners too. So if Goff is forced to throw again, if the run game's not there, it's possible.
I got Chef in the Woodward Sports Chat says mailbag. What was the reason given behind JMO only getting 1 target against the Bears? People were talking about childish behavior. What did I miss? I didn't see anything.
Blackmail.
I didn't see.
He is a blackmail. Correct.
He is a blackmail, Chris. Yeah,
Good
you got
job.
that right.
No, I was saying there must be some blackmail because there's no way that he should only get 1 target. Something's
Mine
going
now
on.
comes white. I have no answer for that one, man. If I were to make a criticism of Ben Johnson, maybe that's it.
No, I think it's a disconnect between Goff and J-Mo. Like, he's not even looking his way anytime he drops back. So it's like, what are we doing?
I mean, if Goff's throwing interception anyways, like, why do you need to trust the guy?
Yeah.
I guess I do have this to
That's
say.
a good point, Chris.
With the Jameson Williams stuff. This is a guy. The NFL literally rewrote rules for him to join your team earlier than it was going to be because he's an asset to you and you're an asset to the league because of the amount of numbers you draw in, and you still yet to find a way to utilize him. There's my criticism of Ben Johnson, if you like it. Get J-Mo the fucking ball.
You heard it here. Fire him.
Anthony Patterson, mailbag. How can we get Jacobs off the field when CJ comes back? Branch at corner and Walker at nickel? No, I don't think.
No.
Branch can't play outside corner in the NFL.
Branch or CJ are not outside cornerbacks, man. Is what it
We
is.
just got to hope that Kendall Vinder is a baller, or
sounds like a Harry Potter villain.
Kendall Vinder. Yeah.
Of Hufflepuff.
Kendall Vinder's name sounds like somebody who looks like Matt Eberflus.
Yeah, that is, yeah.
Yeah. Matt Eberflus looks like
he
a
looks like a
supervillain.
villain. Yeah, he does.
He looks like Doofenshmirtz.
They ain't losing
Quinn
Denver.
Snyder looks like a
Just
villain,
need to get
too.
to run more. I agree with that one. Fire everyone. Bring back. Oh, I'm not even finished that one. Wild.
Yeah.
Does Goff still have a shot to finish top 5? Easy.
No.
Money, 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 money. Should I let him? I would use it $350. You want to pay now?
What was it? 362.
$367. It was all the money I had in my pocket that day.
Yeah, oh yeah.
It's $367. Shout out to Dispo.
Damn.
Yeah.
Not no more.
I'm out here with Siri telling me $5.
$5.
I know.
Well, that'll do it for us today. Appreciate y'all tapping in a
Who's
little bit of
Tom Riddle?
heavyweights. Make sure you like and share the stream. Tom Riddle? It's Voldemort.
Yeah.
Make sure you like and
You're
share
not
the
supposed
stream.
to say
If you're
his
listening
name.
on audio platforms, leave a 5-star review.
I'd try Gilmore for Jacobs.
For Eazy, for Chris, for JB, I am Spencer.
I love you guys.
We're the heavyweights. We love you too. Thanks for seeing the light. We'll catch you guys tomorrow. Peace.